1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are live. We are live. We are live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are live. Double tap it. We are live. Perfect Time Podcast. Welcome to Bass. Welcome everybody to MAGA Monday. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. MAGA Monday. Y'all know who it is. It's Perfect Time Podcast with the blast. Back in and out with the dash. 2026. Man, how fast is 2026 going? Remember, we said that all 2025. And then I had a debate over the other day, man. I had a debate about the topics that we talk about here. It was a very vigorous debate. I was on Aunt T channel, Aunt T's Boiler Room. Y'all write it down in the chat. Aunt T Boiler Room. Aunt T does a purge, and we had a really good discussion and a debate about the government shutdown. We touched on Iran a little bit, but the debate was a great debate, and one person actually, I was very surprised. I shouldn't have been surprised, but somebody actually was advocating for the Democratic side, right? And they actually argued that the Democrats had feasible requests when discussing what they needed to shut down the government. Why we got ICE, why we got airport. Now we predicted this. MAGA knows the climate. It's MAGA Monday. What I'd like you to do is guard your privacy, abide by our community guidelines. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines. I'm very excited, very happy for you guys to be here. We're going to have a discussion this morning. So, yeah, LaGuardia Airport closed down, but MAGA knows the climate. We discussed this last week. I said airports are going to be closed. I said airport closures loom. Maybe I talk ahead of my audience sometime. You know, I got the spectacular vernacular. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I said the airport closures loom. It was obvious to me what was going to happen at the airport closures were incoming because the BDB, Big Daddy Beard Gaming in the building. How you feeling? How you doing? Salute to your brother. Salute. Hit the like button, double tap, hit the like button. That's my brother from another mother right there. Best black gamer on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe, tap into my brother, man. Y'all know how it is. MAGA Monday. That's right, March Madness, man. Easter, spring break, so it's MAGA Monday Madness, man. Double tap, hit the like button. MAGA Monday, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, and I love you for your support, man. Hey, this morning I was doing my research, man. I was able to catch a live stream. I'm happy I did, man. I was up, I be on perusing, AP News, New York Times, the .govs and everything, and I saw that. You live on the West Coast now, but you familiar with the East Coast. LaGuardia Airport is closed, brother. Did you know 2 airports in New York are closed down? We have TSA. Now you just relocated to the West Coast. Now, this is a brother who may be inconvenienced by the fact that the airports are now shutting down. TSA agents are quitting. We reported 300. I hear numbers of 500. Now, ICE agents have been deployed to the airport. MAGA knows the climate. Now, think about the DHS shutdown. Thank God. Now, think about this, honestly. Now, I had my debate over the weekend. I'm arguing on behalf of Trump. Trump is doing all the things correctly. Now, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, my argument was, when I asked the person I was debating, do you realize this is the same shutdown from 2005? Do you realize they still owe us a budget from October 15th? But then the person said it's feasible what Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer is asking for it, right? They want to shut down ICE, even though ICE has been funded to 2029. So this is actually causing American people pain for actually no reason. They can't affect ICE. It's the same thing with the Democratic shutdown in 2025. They could not affect Obamacare because it was their blunder, right? They shut down the government in 2025 for 43 days. We're over a month in shutdown now. TSA workers has lost 3 paychecks and over 300 have quit. In December of 2025, they said we need to shut down the government because of Obamacare subsidies and we need changes. The thing that people didn't understand is that Biden was the one who made the subsidies temporary. Republicans, it wasn't in the big, beautiful bill. Democrats killed Obamacare. Biden, I don't know if Biden had a grudge against Obama or Biden. We need to do some deep dive, but I'm not a Democrat, so I don't care. But it's obvious to MAGA. MAGA knows the climate. Today is Mega MAGA Monday. What I need you to do, everybody right now watching, big favor, double tap, hit the like button. If you subscribe and so inclined, hit the plus sign. I'm running a Somalian special. I'm calling it a Somalian special. Yeah, you can join my channel for less than it costs to feed a starving Somalian. Who knows what TPS is? March 17th, Trump took away temporary protection for Somalians and Haitians because Somalians have been given temporary protection going back to the 1990s, but instead they came here, stayed on welfare for 10 years. The Somalian community stayed on welfare since Trump gave them temporary protection. 80% of them on welfare, but that's not it. They allegedly stole $19 billion. So we removed TPS. TPS is bye-bye. Bye-bye. I make you go bye-bye. March 17th, a lower court judge has paused TPS. Call your local representative so we can make sure that SCOTUS makes sure that TPS is removed from the Somalian and the Haitian. And while you're at it, while you're calling your local representative to make sure that you support the SAVE Act, to make sure that you support TPS, to make sure that you support Trump news, giving Democrats the boo blues, giving Democrats the boo, you make sure that you double tap at the like button, you join the channel, because you can join my channel for less than it costs to feed a starving Somalian. See, so a long time Americans had their priorities misplaced, man. We've been feeding starving Somalians, 80% on welfare. Remember, they had bulging bellies, eyeballs with flies on them. UNICEF said, give them money. We are the world. Feed the children. Then they came here and stole $19 billion. Put it in the chat. We are the world. Feed the children. And then they came here and allegedly, I said allegedly, stole $19 billion. So that's how we join the channel, man. Join the channel. It's called the Somalian Special, man. What I'm talking about this morning, LaGuardia Airport closed down. We got smoke. We got smoke coming from air traffic controller towers. So they had to close down 2 airports, BD. 2 airports closed down. So we got spring break, we got Easter, we got global conflict. I don't know why so many Americans want to fly. Shout out to Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon doing his damn thing, man. Tim Dillon says, sit down. Now, Tim Dillon, I think he watches my show. Tim Dillon is a beautiful LGBT white man. He does comedy. Last week, I said, why are you traveling? I said, going back to El Muncho, when El Muncho was killed and Mexico had streets on fire, hashtag streets on fire, right? 250 blockades of cars on fire. One of my wife wanted to go on a cruise. I said, you can't go on no cruise right now. And they're warring in the port towns, El Puerto Vallarta, Cancun. That's where the goddamn fires are. You can't go on a cruise to Mexico right now. Lo and behold, my wife came back the next day and my wife said, my friend is stuck in Mexico. She can't get out of Mexico. So I said, before Tim Dillon's podcast this weekend, Tim Dillon said, Americans, you are fucking animals for even wanting to fly right now. I said, when El Muncho was taken out, Americans need to cut down on the vacation plans. Now, maybe you'll listen to the white gay comedian who said you got to be an animal to travel right now. We are escalating a geopolitical global conflict, but I don't understand why you would travel after we went to Venezuela. We're still getting Venezuela and South America together. I don't know why you would travel anywhere in that region, but we went to Venezuela months ago. Still Americans is filling up the airport. Then Greenland, then NATO and Europe showed signs of not being complicit with America. We're learning so much about the Ukraine. The Ukraine was lost 2 years ago. We're learning about France and Macron backing the Ukraine. We see Starmer sitting with Zelensky backing the Ukraine. We have the House, we have the Parliament in Britain falling apart, the monarchy falling apart, the Lords being removed. Why would Americans want to travel? Why would you travel to South America? Why would you travel to Europe? Today, I'm going to present evidence and show how all of the dummies has said that Iran was not an imminent threat. We just had a missile from Iran go to Diego. That's 4,000 miles. What does that mean? That means Iran. This is why Trump wanted we was right. We was right. We was right. That's why we wanted the dome. That's why we wanted the dome. Double tap Trump was right. MAGA knew the climate. Why did we want the dome? Because we knew that Iran, after working with Biden, after the failures of Biden and Obama, remember, Biden and Obama was paying the Iranian regime $600 billion. Biden failed in Vienna. Remember, Biden and Kamala Harris, the DEI hire, and Biden, Sleepy Joe, failed in Vienna. Do you guys remember that? They failed in Vienna. They could not get a peace agreement. Iran went back and started to enrich uranium. But that's not the only thing that happened in 2021. How did we get here? Well, Biden was not a good president, and Kamala was a DEI hire. The Iranians were not afraid of Biden, and the Iranians believed Kamala was not qualified. So they failed to get an agreement in Vienna in 2021. And then Biden left Afghanistan with his tail between his legs, leaving a vacuum in the Middle East, uptick of proxy violence, not only in the Middle East, but also in America. Oh, somebody saying the dome don't work. I don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck anymore because we kicking ass. Right? Because we kicking ass. We don't need the dome anymore because it's fuck NATO. Can we put hashtag no more UN, no more NATO, no more USAID, no more Department of Education? Can I get my laugh track? Can I get a laugh track for the play hater? Because this is not surprising to MAGA. When we got rid of the Department of Education, we knew we were going to get rid of USAID and all of the gay LGBTQ dances we were doing abroad, right? All of the gay LGBTQ funding we were doing instead of investing in America. So we got rid of USAID, just for people surprised that in the new budget, the UN will not get any money. NATO will not get any money. There will be no more free riders on the American dime. Hashtag no more free riders on the American dime. Europe wants you to leave NATO. Don't worry about it. We the fuck out of here. Fuck Starmer, fuck Macron, fuck Europe. Like I said, see, MAGA knows the climate. We saw Starmer sitting next to Zelensky. Does anybody know how long Zelensky been in office? It's funny how these liberals talk about democracy and all this bullshit, but when it's not on their side, they don't have shit to say. Zelensky's been in office since fucking 2014. Zelensky's been in office since 2014, and he never was elected. He was installed by Joe Biden when Joe Biden was vice president. Who remembers the board of Burisma? Who remembers the Hunter Biden laptop? So Zelensky has been president. Is that a president? Let's just be honest. Zelensky has been in that office, or whatever you want to call it, since 2014. Is 2026. Can we have a real talk? Can we have a real talk, right? Zelensky's been there since 2014. 2014 and it's 2026. I think that's more like a king. That's why we're not getting anything done. That's why you don't know the Ukraine has lost 1 million individuals. The Ukraine has lost the war. So when you see Starmer in 2026 while we're invading Iran, when you see Starmer sitting next to Zelensky, maybe a lot of the dum-dums don't know who I'm talking about. Put a 1 in the chat if you know who Starmer is. Put a 1 in the chat if you know who Macron is. Do you understand these geopolitical things we're discussing this morning? Starmer is running the UK, Brexit, the parliament. You remember I just taught you about the lords and the monarchy falling, that when you were born into royalty in Europe, you became part of the parliament just by being royalty. It was called the House of Lords. There is no more House of Lords. The monarchy has fallen. The monarchy has fallen. Hashtag the monarchy has fallen. How many of you know that? But see, MAGA knows the climate because they have already, this is what Brexit was all about. Brexit was the flag waving that, hey, the monarchy is in trouble because this Islamic extremist immigration has taken over Europe. That's why they wanted Brexit. I'll say it again. I said Islamic extremists, i.e. Shia Islamists like Iran, like Hezbollah, Houthis, and how. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what Brexit. But America, just like we empathize with free Palestine, it's so fucking stupid. Americans are so fucking stupid. So we say free Palestine like we know what the fuck is going on. We don't even know what a Shia Muslim is. So the propaganda was able to successfully make the white Europeans look bad. No one understood Brexit in America. They were able to successfully sell Brexit as racism. So guess what happened? The monarchy fell. No one wanted to support Europe as it declined. Tucker Carlson's talking about it now, but it's too late because the Islamic extremist immigration has already enveloped Europe. The monarchy has fallen. White people are not comfortable in Austria, Sweden. It's over in Europe. But Brexit was almost 10 years ago. Candace Owens created Blexit, asking Black Americans to leave the Democratic Party based on Brexit principles. That's why I know so much about it. This is what's going on in the world. The monarchy has fallen. So we don't need the dome anymore. We don't need Greenland. We need Greenland for the precious minerals, but fuck the dome because it's fuck NATO. So we were going to build a dome to protect our NATO allies. But what do we see? We see Starmer sitting next to Zelensky, who's been in power since 2014. Keep note of that. We see Macron in France giving Zelensky missiles on the day that we invaded Iran. Ukraine bombed Russian gas facilities with French missiles, even though we are currently in trilateral peace talks in Abu Dhabi. Jared Kushner, Steve Wilkoff are in trilateral peace talks with Russia to get a motherfucking ceasefire. Because it's over. It's over. The Ukraine is done. And not only are the Ukraine's done, is the war over, but when you finally see the pictures, Ukraine is actually flat. The Ukraine has been devastated. Not only have the soldiers lost, but the actual country will take years to rebuild. The American media is not telling you that. Why would France give the Ukraine missiles? Why would Starmer sit next to Zelensky while America is in Iran? And we just found out from the Diego strikes that who is more in peril? Who is more in peril? We just saw Iran hit or attempt to hit our American base in the Indian Ocean, showing that they have long-range capabilities. I'm not surprised because Joe Biden and Barack Obama gave the Iranians $600 billion and allowed them to continue to enrich uranium and build hundreds of thousands of missiles. So the whole time while Biden was president, guess what Iran was doing? Building up forces. Joe Biden basically went to sleep. It was not an insult. What happened during the Biden administration? Well, the Ukraine was invaded by Russia. During the Biden administration, what did Biden do? Not a damn thing. What else happened? Well, Gaza, Hamas attacked Israel. When you watch the news in 2026, you hear CNN acting as if Israel provoked this whole thing, as if Israel attacked on October 7th. Sometimes it enrages me so much. It doesn't even matter what side you're on. I just don't like how American media is lying to American people. Every day there's this inference as if Israel created the problem and Israel struck first. There is no foundational discussion about the Biden presidency and how when Biden left Afghanistan, how Biden failed in Vienna, how that gave way to an uptick in proxy violence that led to October 7th, where not Israel, but Hamas, Iran, and its proxies attacked Israel. Why is that not clear? Even if whatever side you fall on, do you guys understand? Big favor right now. Everybody watching, go ahead and hit the like button so we can have a broader conversation. And I love you and thank you so much. Again, it doesn't matter what side you fall on. Why isn't it clear how we got here? Why is there this inference that Israel and Jews are evil, that somehow Bibi Netanyahu had the money and the proclivity to fund Hamas to the point where they would successfully complete October 7th? It's absolutely ludicrous. And you know what they never do? They never give you actual numbers. I've given you numbers. So if Bibi Netanyahu funded Hamas, right? If Bibi Netanyahu was behind October 7th, how much would it cost? Do you understand how propaganda works? Propaganda lets you spin in your mind. It's called a spin zone. So let's do logistics, because that's what I do. I'm logistical project manager by trade. How much would October 7th cost? You know we can do that, right? Can we get a number? How much would October 7th cost? Because how much would Bibi need to give Hamas compared to the ability of the Iranian proxy IRGC? Now, what do we know about Iranian proxies? Do y'all see how I just blew up that argument? You see how I just blew up that argument, right? Because you have one argument where they want us to believe a fantasy, like a 007 novel. Bibi Netanyahu is a double agent spy with billions of dollars in his back pocket with the magical ability to funnel these billions without anyone knowing and give them sites and give them tracking and give them all of this bullshit, right? But they never give you step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where did Bibi get the money? How did Bibi get it to them? How did Bibi get them targeting? Where did he get the targeting from? Blah, blah, blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you give me that? But no, but I can give you the real facts of the Red Sea. We know for a fact that Iran has given its proxies billions of dollars. Let's get into it. Hezbollah to the tune of $700 million and over 150,000 missiles. It's actually comical when we talk about it. It's actually comical when we talk about it, right? Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button. It's everything you're saying is correct. It's actually comical when you think about over 100,000 missiles to an Iranian proxy. I looked it up several times. Finally, CNN is reporting that Iran has supplied its proxies with over 130,000 missiles. So I don't have to sound ludicrous when I say to my audience that Iran had funded his proxies with over 100,000 ballistic missiles, because it doesn't sound believable until you understand that Iran truly was the biggest threat on the planet to Israel and America, who are aligned physically, spiritually, mentally. I don't care how you feel about it. Israel and America are aligned. You can't love America without loving Israel. It's propaganda to get you to not love Israel and not to be honest about how America and Israel are linked, have been linked, and always will be linked. So look, can we just can we be honest? Can we be honest, man? Can we be honest? So we're laying a foundation. It's Mega MAGA Monday, man. It's Mega MAGA Monday, man. Double tap, hit the like button. It's Mega MAGA Monday, man. It's Mega MAGA Monday. MAGA knew the climate. MAGA knew the climate. I said it doesn't matter what side you're on. I had a debate this weekend. I just want people to understand these facts, that you saw Joe Biden not perform well as a president. See, that's some of the things where MAGA knows that the Democrats will never win again, because there are some truths, there are some absolutes. There are some absolutes that the Democrats, that's why we call it TDS and Trump deranged syndrome, because there are some absolutes that if we have an honest conversation, then I believe we get further in America. We make America great again. Biden was not a good president. Biden was Sleepy Joe. Kamala Harris was a DEI hire, and she did not perform well as vice president. She failed us at the American-Mexican border, as borders are. She failed us in the Russian-Ukrainian border in the Munich Security Council, where she stoked a war with Russia. She failed us in her position. Biden failed us in Afghanistan. Biden lost for the Democrats. When he debated Trump, this is what I would like to share with everybody. Shout out to you, Sharia. Shout out to you. What I would like to say to everybody is, when we saw Biden lose that debate and Kamala get nominated, okay, no one argued that Kamala should be nominated, right? Even in Kamala's book, 107 Days, Kamala said the Democrats were hypnotized, right? Kamala said we should have pushed Biden not to run for president. Kamala said the Democrats and I were hypnotized, and Kamala said Joe and Jill should not have been the only ones to make that decision. It should have been the whole Democratic Party to say whether or not Joe Biden should run again. So all of us saw Joe Biden perform poorly in that debate. Joe Biden lost that debate because he did so bad when he left Afghanistan. Trump was excellent at reminding Americans at the failure that Joe Biden was not an executive. He is not a good leader. He is not a military leader. The world is having multiple conflicts. You do not want Joe Biden in control, especially with what he did in Afghanistan. This is what I've said to you, right? We were not the only ones. I love you, baby. I love you. Have a good day. Thank you, baby. What I would say to you is we were not the only ones who saw Joe Biden fail in that debate. We were not the only ones who saw Joe Biden fail in Afghanistan. What I would like to argue and put forth as my argument is the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khomeini, Iranian proxies, they also watch Joe Biden fall asleep. Do you guys understand America has enemies? There are people who don't like America. So when we were making jokes about Joe Biden falling asleep, cognitive abilities, there are people who don't like us. Do you understand these truths? I would love us to have an honest conversation. There are people who don't like us who also, Americans are so conceited. Do you realize we are all in our own head and all in our own word? All in our own head, and we are never honest. We are never honest about this shit. We don't be honest about the whole world can see America making jokes. Ha ha, Sleepy Brandon, let's go Brandon, Sleepy Joe. It's comedy to Americans, but what I would like to share with all Americans that this globe is pretty big, you guys. This globe is pretty big, and we weren't the only ones watching this 89-year-old elderly sick man as president. There are people who don't like us who saw it too, and they took advantage. And I would love us as Americans to come together without partisan eyes, without racial lenses, and be honest. And be honest about the situation Joe Biden put us in, because the Democrats wanted victories for the technocrats. Can we just be honest? Joe Biden was not ready for the show. Kamala Harris was not ready for the show, and everyone saw it. Republicans are not the only ones who saw it. The Iranians saw it. The Iranian proxy saw it. China saw it. Europe saw it. Everybody watched Joe Biden fall asleep on the stage. We've never had an honest talk about this. We've never had everybody saw Hunter Biden show his dick on the laptop. Everybody saw Hunter Biden smoke crack. Everybody saw Hunter Biden get pardoned. Do you guys realize you think only us was watching Hunter? Just like the prince, the prince brought down the monarchy. For those of you who just got here, double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button. Let me get some of these bitches out of here. Draft Baron, draft your bitch. Draft your bitch. And why didn't, to the people that say draft Baron, why didn't Hunter Biden do anything? Why didn't Hunter Biden go to jail? That's what I want you guys to put in the chat. Every time one of them bitches say that, say jail Hunter Biden. Say Burisma, say board of Burisma, say Burisma, say Ukraine, say smoking crack, say smoking crack, say found cocaine in the White House, say they found cocaine in the Biden White House. They found cocaine in the Biden White House. See how that works? See how you shut them up with real shit? You see how you set them up with real shit? Barron is going to go to an Ivy League college. Ivy League college motherfuckers don't go directly into the draft, but I'm sure Barron is begging his father to go into the army. But Barron is going to go to an Ivy League college. Different from you, motherfucker. Different from you, motherfucker. Right? Right? See, that's why I'm talking this cash shit. That's why I'm talking this cash shit. Right? Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button and clean up this shit right here. Let's clean up this shit right here. Let's clean up this shit right here. I love my country too, man. I love my country too, man. I love my country too, man. Can we just be honest that Biden and Kamala was not prepared? Can we just be honest that Biden and Kamala was not prepared? And why Biden and Kamala is not prepared, we were not the only ones who saw it. That's my argument. And what I've been saying this whole time is there is a through line from 2020 election. So there's more than just SAVE Act. There's more than just Fulton County and over 600,000 votes in question. There's a lot more than 2020. There's a lot more to those 4 years that we never discuss. We never discuss Joe Biden's 8 years as vice president. Joe Biden's 8 years as vice president, which included the day of revolution when Zelensky was installed by who? Joe Biden. And Hunter Biden was on the board of Burisma, the Hunter Biden laptop, the Hillary Clinton server. You know, Mueller just passed away. And Trump said, good. Do you guys, my president is the greatest president. Let me bring that up right now. President Trump, Truth Social on Robert Mueller. Let's look at why was Trump saying good Mueller died? What was that all about, huh? Let's go a deep dive on why would Trump say it's good that he died, right? President Trump stated he was glad that former FBI director and special counsel Robert Mueller died because he viewed Mueller as a personal and political foe who led a witch hunt against him. Mueller, who passed away on March 20th, 2026 at age 81, had led the high-profile investigation into Russian interference in 2016 election that we all found out later was a motherfucking hoax. Trump's rationale. In a post on Truth Social shortly after Mueller's death was announced, Trump wrote, Robert Mueller just died. Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. Witch hunt narrative. Trump has long maintained that Mueller's 22-month investigation was politically motivated hoax designed to undermine his presidency. The Russia hoax, the fake dossier, targeted associates. Trump comments about Mueller hurting innocent people likely refer to indictments and convictions of several of his associates, including Paul Manafort, Michael Flynn, and Roger Stone. Long-standing grudge. The investigation cast a shadow over much of Trump's first term, which was the design, and Barack Obama was secretly involved with the Trump investigation even during him running for president. Which is why Barack Obama needs to testify. Double tap hit the like button. Which even barreled into Arctic frost. The investigation cast a shadow over much of Trump's first term, and despite the report of not establishing a criminal conspiracy between the campaign and Russia, Trump never forgave Mueller for the probe's finding on potential obstruction of justice. Let me read that again. Despite the report not establishing a criminal conspiracy, despite the report not establishing, so in Trump's first term, we had this Russia hoax bullshit. In Trump's second term, they brought back the Epstein files, knowing that they could have released the Epstein files during the Biden administration. But I said when they first started pushing the Epstein files bullshit, that this wasn't a political attempt by the Democrats to sandbag the Trump presidency. It didn't work. This is Trump's second term, and he got the big, beautiful bill passed. Biggest legislation you ever seen in your life in the second term. No president in your lifetime has gotten so much, over 225 executive orders in the first year of the second term. You've only seen lame ducks. Barack Obama was stalled by Mitch McConnell, couldn't even get anybody on the Supreme Court. Bill Clinton was stalled by Monica Lewinsky sex scandal. George Bush was stalled by Occupy Wall Street and TARP. But Trump has deported over 2 million people in 1 year. Trump passed a big, beautiful bill. Trump has GDP on the rise, first time in 20 years. Double tap hit the like button. Trump, with his tariffs, has the inflation down. They said inflation would go from 3% to 7%. Inflation went down to 2.7%. This is all with Trump tariffs. Trump gave the farmers $12 billion. Trump gave the military $1776. You know, a lot of people forget about this. A lot of people claim to be MAGA, claim to be Trump, claim to be America first. They forget about the successes of our president and what he's accomplished in the second term, in the first year of his second term. 1776 went to the military because the military didn't get paid for 43 days under a fake democratic shutdown. Who remembers the 1776? I do. I do. Who remembers the 12 billion to farmers? I do. I do. Who remembers the GDP numbers? I do. Who remembers the inflation numbers? I do. Who remembers how much we've collected from terrorists? How about this when we talk about terrorists? How about this when we talk about, when I was in my debate this weekend, I said, why does everybody pay the terrorists? I said, why does everybody pay the terrorists, right? And this is what I would like to say about the terrorists. Cuba. A lot of people last week were saying Cuba, Trump was going to take Cuba. I said, no, Trump is not going to take Cuba. I said, what's going on with Cuba is that we are playing 4D chess. Not a lot of dummies who watch my show try to make content like me. 3D chess. No, Trump is playing 4D chess. And we went to Venezuela first for a reason. We went to Venezuela because after October 7th, we were always going to deal with the Iran problem because we could no longer fight the proxies. So when we went to Venezuela first and stopped oil going to China and anti-American entities, we also stopped oil going where? To Cuba. So Cuba is now in back channel talks with Marco Rubio about to no longer be communist. People talking about regime change in Iran. What about regime change in Cuba without one bomb? Without one bullet? Huh? So now Cuba has been dying on the vine for 2 months without oil because we went to Venezuela first. Cuba, hospitals, schools, everything closed. People are starving. You know what Trump said? Trump said if China or Mexico tries to help Cuba, he will lodge a hefty tariff. And guess what happened? Mexico and China has stayed away from the America-Cuban problem. Mexico and China, who are empathetic to Cuba, have stayed away from helping Cuba because of Trump and his tariffs. Can I get a hashtag MAGA knew the climate? Trump is the greatest president in your lifetime. Trump is the greatest president in your lifetime. We've argued time and time again how terrific the tariffs are. Now we are in a geopolitical conflict, a global conflict. Now you see how tariffs work to protect you, protect soldiers, protect lives. We don't have to drop a bomb in Cuba because Trump has been successful with levying tariffs globally. So when Cuba was starved by our invasion of Venezuela first, Trump knew that Mexico and China might try to help Cuba. What would we have to stop China or stop Mexico if Trump had not successfully instituted tariffs? Isn't it strange that the American media is the one trying to propagandize the American public against tariffs? Like Trump invented the word tariff, like no president has done what Trump is doing. It's not brand new. Trump is not the first president to use tariffs like this. Trump did not create tariffs, and America is not the only country to use tariffs like this. But the American media has lied to the American people and told the American people that tariffs are a tax. I ask everybody who's ever said tariffs are a tax in my chat room, why did it work for America to successfully get a regime change in Cuba by using a tariff and you didn't pay shit? If tariffs are a tax, you didn't pay shit. Do you understand how stupidity of your argument? You did not pay shit. You're not paying shit. You don't pay tariffs. You don't. It's so easy to Google the definition of tariff. I'm not going to tell the definition no more because I want to have a debate with I'm going to do it for money. I'm not going to say the definition of tariffs no more because I want to do it for money. Huh? This is a great comment right here. Trump got this is a great, Trump got nothing but isolating USA from the rest of the world. See, this is a great comment. Why? Because this is how everyone feels after we did what we did in Venezuela and Greenland. See, the isolation talk is pro-NATO talk. See, we have been giving up all ass to NATO and China. China paid 2% to zero tariffs. Europe paid 2% to zero tariffs. They paid 2% in NATO. Spain paid nothing. Isn't it funny that after we pay the lion's share in NATO, after we paid $300 billion in the Ukraine, when we go to Venezuela and stop Venezuela from giving oil to anti-America Cuba, stop Venezuela from giving oil to anti-America China, somehow we are now isolationists. We protect American Western Hemisphere by Maria, who won the Nobel Peace Prize, told you Cuba had been overrun by Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. Cuba had been invaded by Iranian proxies. Cuba had been selling oil to China and Cuba, anti-American governments and regimes. But when Biden put 10 million on Maduro's head. Biden put a sanction on that oil tanker. So when America stops Venezuela from being dangerous to the Western Hemisphere by working with China, Cuba, and Iranian proxies, Europe, this is the funny part about this comment. Who called us isolationists? Starmer, Macron. This is why on this channel, we've said, fuck NATO. See, we know the climate, brother. We know it's fuck NATO and fuck you. Fuck anyone who says America is an isolationist. Fuck Starmer, fuck Macron. And simply because we went to Venezuela and protected our national interests does not make us isolationists, but it does say America is no longer giving up ass to Europe. We're saying Europe kiss our ass. See, Europe doesn't like America having all of this power. Do we give a fuck if we push away NATO? NATO is not nuclear. NATO needs America. How many times did they say that in Davos? There is no NATO without America. So when you put forth this propaganda as if America needs Europe or NATO, you are the idiot. You know what I say to you? That the Cold War is over and Gen Z and Gen A plus do not give a fuck about this romantic, fanciful, and fantasizing relationship some whites have with Europe. See, there are white people in America, old white people, who have this romantic relationship with Europe. They still believe and love the monarchy. This is where this isolationist talk comes from. This idea that America should uphold these white European ideals. No, it's MAGA, motherfucker. It's MAGA, motherfucker. MAGA, motherfucker. MAGA. Make America great again. America first. Fuck your romanticism. Fuck your fantasy love for Europe and Rome. We don't give a fuck about Macron and Starmer and France and Europe, and fuck them all. Fuck them all. Fuck your fantasies, man. Yeah. You think we don't understand? We understand. MAGA knows the climate, bro. The Cold War is over. See, NATO is done because you won't be able to sell this bullshit to the young Americans. Young America doesn't give a fuck about your fantasy and your romanticism of Europe. Europe has extorted us forever. And it's this romance that these motherfuckers have that 2% is what they paid in NATO. 2% is what they pay. America pays the lion's share. Just to put forth an argument, they just say stupid shit. I can back up my argument with numbers. They paid 2%, brothers and sisters. Trump came back first. Listen to this. This is our math. This is MAGA Nation. This is the MAGA math. This is MAGA Nation. Huh? The MAGA math is this. Trump's first term, we get out of the Paris Climate Accords. What did Biden do? Biden put us right back kissing Europe's ass, paying too much, giving too much in tariffs, just giving up all ass, putting us in the Paris Climate Accords, fucking off American companies, making us adhere to standards that they created to fuck off American employees. Biden giving up all ass, put us back in the Paris Climate Accords, knowing that it hurt American economy. Trump comes back, thank God we get Trump back in office. First thing, fuck a Paris Climate Accord, fuck Title IX, and ultimatum to NATO. If you don't pay more money, we're out of here. If you don't pay more money, and then America and the globe understands this relationship is not reciprocal. Imagine having a girlfriend or a boyfriend and they only give 2%. Who would be in a relationship with the boyfriend or a girlfriend and they only give 2% and you give 98%? Who would do that? So Trump says to NATO countries, you have to pay more money, brothers and sisters. We love you. We're still in love with Europe. We still have this romance. I don't, but Trump, Trump is older than me and he's white. So Trump is like, I still love Europe. We still have this romance going on. We still want to dance, but I can no longer dance with you if you don't participate. So Trump gives an ultimatum. Europe, if you don't pay more, you got to go. We're not doing NATO no more. I'm tired of being the breadwinner in this relationship. You know what else we learned? Spain never paid shit. Spain is a free rider in NATO. Spain pays zero. Before and after the negotiation, Spain, the people who have said and called Trump and America terrorists for responding to Iranian threats, Spain pays zero. Spain is a free rider. How can this guy, his name is Crypto, his name is Cryptic Truth. No, you are a fucking idiot. You are it's not cryptic and it's not true. The truth is, how can you call American isolationists when Europe doesn't pay its fair share? Europe purposely designed the Paris Climate Accords to fuck off American industry. France is opposed to American success in Ukraine. Stormer is opposed to American success. Where do you get isolationists from? You're just anti-American, anti-Trump, and a fucking idiot. See how I present that argument? Huh? See how I present that argument? I love Europe, but Europe is gonna, last week I played a video of a European leader that said, Europe is gonna have to take care of itself. Europe is gonna have to nuclearize because under NATO, Europe has not built up an army. Just like Japan, under NATO, they have not built up a nuclear army. They rely on America's nuclear army. America became the police of the world. We ensured free and fair trade with our largest navy and our ships and our nuclear missiles. That's what we've been doing for the last 50 years. We're out of that business. Europe is going to have to nuclearize itself and protect itself from the rest of the world, acquire its own natural resources. But Europe has a bigger problem. See, this is the thing. Europe has a bigger problem. What did we start off talking about? Islamic extremist immigration. Islamic extremist immigration. You will not replace me. The replacement theory will Austria, Sweden, white European countries that we have this romantic relationship with no longer resemble the countries that you know. They no longer look white and European. They have been overrun. White women now feel uncomfortable and unsafe at European bus stops because Islamic African immigrants have taken over the town. The school is 90% black African Muslims. They're Shia. They have their Sharia law, and they believe in 3/4 of cloth. And so they harass white women at the bus stop. They harass white women at the bus stop for not dressing appropriately as it says in the Quran to Allah Akbar. That's what happened in Europe. That's what Brexit is all about. That's what's happening now. That's what's happening now. And Iran is not a threat. Iran is not a threat. Today, we did it today. Iran is not a threat. We did it today. Iran is not a threat. Well, what about the Diego bombing, 4,000 miles? If I was Europe, now Europe hasn't supported us. It's just like the old fairy tale where you bake the bread and nobody wants to come and help, sow the seed, harvest the wheat, turn the wheat into flour, bake the bread, cut the oven on. But when the bread is baked, everybody want a motherfucking slice. That's Macron. Everybody want a motherfucking slice. Everybody want a slice. Ain't that something? Look for it. We'll see if we can find something. Double tap, hit the like button, man. We getting into this. Let's see. It's tough to find this because everything is so liberal. The liberals don't want none of this. They don't want none of the truth to get out, man. They don't want none of the truth to get out. Double tap, hit the like button. We're gonna get the truth out though. We're gonna get the truth out though. I love you guys. I like you guys to show some respect and love and concern in the chat, man. Guard your privacy, abide by our community guidelines, right? Double tap, hit the like button. Get the likes up. Big favor, everybody watching right now. It's free. Double tap the screen as we continue to go through today's podcast. I want to say I truly appreciate everybody that's here watching, whether you agree or you disagree. Go ahead and hit the like button. If you're so inclined, subscribe to the channel. Hit the plus sign to become a member. We're having a Somalian special. I'm having a special membership party. It's called the Somalian special. I said you can join my channel for less than a cup of coffee a day, or you can feed a starving Somalian. They allegedly are guilty of stealing $19 billion. We've given them temporary protection. Yeah, that's what we do in America. We give out TPS, we give out billions in welfare and fraud. So you can either support the Somalian fraud or you can join my channel. I call it the Somalian special. What you think? If you like it, double tap hit the like button, join and subscribe.
Suspected migrants were seen wearing life jackets, battling to get on board a bus that was heading to Calais. People were seen pushing and clashing in desperation to secure a seat, as many remained determined to cross the channel into the UK.
So I got more. I want to show more of this. I want to show more of this. What's going on over there? I'm gonna get some more on immigration. Let's go to ICE agents in the airports. Let's go to ICE agents in the airports. Double tap, hit the like. How's everybody? I see some pretty white faces. Y'all know I love the white women, man. Double tap, hit the like. I see some pretty white. Where y'all at? All of my pretty, oh man, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. Where y'all at? Tammy, Bridge, I see Jennifer, everybody, man. Come on in, man. Double tap hit the like button. I love you too. I see them pretty white faces. It just light up my life. You are the light of my life. Oh man, don't you love the white women? Where the white women at? Double tap hit the like button. Where the white women at? Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's have a good podcast today, man. We're going to talk about these airport closures. LaGuardia closed down. We're going to talk about ICE heroes deploy. Iran exposed. Motherfucker said Iran wasn't a threat. That's all I've been doing. It's putting that bullshit to bed. Iran is not a threat. Well, my boy said everywhere, right? Everywhere, man. What up with you? What up with you, man? What up with you? Double tap, hit the like button, everybody, man. Let me get my goal up, man. Let's get some super chat. Y'all know I like money, man. What the fuck y'all doing out there? Hit the super chat, send some gifts. My bad, man. I should have said Cash App, $ Big D Rants, whatever the fuck, how you feel, man. Hit the super chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Double tap, hit the like button, join the channel, become a member. Those of you with money in your motherfucking pocket, I got money in the bank. Fuck what you think. Join the channel at a very high level of membership. I got a cheap membership for the broke motherfuckers. I got a high level membership for the motherfuckers with some money. So it depends on where you at. I accept it all. That's why I created the baby membership, because I know a lot of people be wanting. It's a couple dollars a month, to be a member. At some levels, like $5 a month. That's 10 cents a day, man. That's 10 cents a day, man. So let me get my super chat goal up here. Got a goal of 10 super chats. And I'm telling y'all, man, we're going to have a members-only live stream where we're going to act a fool. We might get somebody to show some tatas. You remember, show your kid if you love it, Papa. You know what I'm saying? If y'all come from the 90s, man, you show your tatas, man. So members-only live stream, you know what I'm saying? Members-only live stream. And, you know, man, that's what we doing, man. Double tap, hit the like button, grown and sexy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I got my goals up there. Hit the like button, man. Everybody, thank you so much. It's Mega MAGA Monday. We having a great show so far. I truly appreciate everybody. The good life, Kanye West. Welcome to the good life. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's when he beat 50 Cent. It was Kanye West versus 50 Cent, and Kanye West won. Going back, a lot of people say, who y'all think won on the 50 Cent and T.I.? It really isn't fair, because it was 50 Cent versus T.I. and his son King. Crazy. Stand on business. I'm standing on business. I guess King made a song. I never heard it. Damani made a good song. Tip made some good songs, but he said, Ralph said, you made my Monday, brother. You made my Monday just being here. You don't know how it is as a YouTuber, man. You guys make my day every day. You show up, spend time with me, take the initiative to hit the like button, even though it's free. It means everything. So thank you, Ralph. I love you. Thank you for being here, man. America first, man. Truly, man. Truly, man. Truly. Thank you so much, brother. You have no idea. I love you guys. You have no idea. We going to the airport. We're going to go. So thank you for your service, man. Thank you for your service to our ICE. And you know, ICE is a federal agency. We want to say thank you for your service for ICE. Thank you for your service to TSA. Thank you for your service for everybody who's been committed to the American public during this time. I know it's been tough and very difficult for you not getting paid, you know, and you still show up and do your job, and we want to say thank you. So let's get into it, everybody. Breaking ICE agents have arrived at Atlanta International Airport to assist unpaid TSA workers. Let me see if I can find the Truth Social, ICE agents in airport. Maybe let's read that first. And then I'll show the video. Let's go. Tom Homan offers ICE will not assist with airport security scanning amid staffing. Let's see what we got here. I want to see the Truth Social. Here it is. Truth Social. Let's read it to the party people. Double tap hit the like button, everybody. ICE left scrambling after being blindsided. Hell yeah. Okay, here we go. Share instead. On Monday, ICE will be going to airports to help our wonderful TSA agents who have stayed on the job despite the fact that the radical left Democrats who are only focused on protecting hardline criminals who have entered our country illegally are endangering the U.S. by holding back the money that was long ago agreed to with signed and sealed contracts. Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, that makes this even worse, man. Even worse, this money has already been promised with signed and sealed contracts. That just lets you know how evil and sinister the Democrats are. But watch, no matter how great a job ICE does, the lunatics leading the incompetent Dems will be highly critical of their work. They will do a fantastic job. The great Tom Homan is in charge. President Donald J. Trump. President Donald J. Trump. Double tap and hit the like button. Yeah, man. Yeah, I just wanted to read that before we get into the story. And we got a lot of stories, but I just wanted to get that background before we get into, I think it's pretty amazing that we have now ICE agents in airports, and that is actually necessary that we have ICE agents in airports after so many people on the left tried to do so much to get rid of and stop ICE, even to this very day as we require ICE. Now think about this. I love ICE being in the airport, not only to facilitate the long lines, but the fact that we're in a global conflict. Venezuela, Cuba, Iran, Greenland, Starmer, France. Yeah, we need motherfucking security in the airports, and Americans might need to sit the fuck down. Breaking, ICE agents arrived at Atlanta International Airport to assist unpaid TSA workers while Democrats hold them hostage. Double tap, hit the like button. ICE agents have touched down in airports to assist with long lines. Some people say up to 6 hours. Up to 6 hours. How do you feel about ICE now? Tom Homan now? ICE agents now? Trump now? Hashtag MAGA, MAGA, Trump news. Let's go, everybody.
Have called out sick. Many are unable to pay for their cars, gas, childcare, or have called out sick. Many are unable to pay for their cars, gas, childcare, or rent due to the shutdown. It's making it so they can't even afford to come to work right now, which of course they haven't been getting paid for more than a month. That's why President Trump decided to send hundreds of ICE officers into the airports that are greatly impacted, like here in Atlanta. Mayor Andre Dickens says those officers are meant to help with crowd control and line management. They are not supposed to conduct any immigration enforcement. We have seen a handful of them already here this morning, and travelers we spoke to say they feel for the TSA agents, but they also feel like this is even worse than they were expecting.
Seemed like I didn't sleep last night to get here to the airport.
Have called out sick. Many are unable to pay for their cars, gas, childcare, or
So it's been over a month. Now keep in mind, they were not paid 43 days, just less than 90 days ago. So if you keep in mind, November, December, it's January, February, March. So less than 60 days ago, 90 days ago, they just went through this where they lost a paycheck. Now I hear they're in their third paycheck that they lost. How do you guys feel about that? People are calling out, people are quitting. And it's actually led to two airport. I said last week, airport closures are looming. And what about the safety concerns of air traffic controllers getting tired, not being paid? Remember last time, planes started crashing. People weren't feeling safe during the last 43-day shutdown where air traffic controllers weren't paid, where TSA agents weren't paid. We had similar issues. And now in LaGuardia in New York, we got airport closures again. And now we got crash, we got fire, we got smoke. And I'm not surprised because people need rest, people need food, people need certainty, and it's not being provided. Purposely, the Democrats want to cause pain. This is a TSA agent after a 12-hour shift and not getting paid. He's probably working a 12-hour shift because everybody's calling in. Everybody's calling in. They don't have enough people. Let's listen. This front line. out the mouth. Let's listen, everybody. Double tap, hit the like button. TSA agent on the ground, #1 podcast on YouTube. Hit the like button. Perfect Timing Podcast. I'm gonna ask you to share this video with a like-minded person so we can get some more comments and find out how Americans feel about the current situation right now. Let's get a conversation going in the chat room. Thank everyone for being here. I love you. Double tap, hit the like button. Let's go.
So I just finished my 12-hour shift at TSA. Just now worked 4 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and still not getting paid for it. Fun stuff. So, Congress, if you would do us all the favor of figuring your shit out, of figuring out what needs to happen to fund the rest of the government, that would be great. Especially doing that before considering a $200 billion bill for the Iranian war. Thank you. Don't forget to give your TSA agents a hard time this week, too. They deserve it. We're a bunch of bullies.
Double tap, hit the like
So I
button.
just finished my...
We hearing from the horse's mouth right now. TSA agents right now expressing how they feel about the Democratic shutdown.
12-hour shift at TSA.
Hold on.
4 a.m.
Hold
to
on.
4:30
Put a
p.m.
1 in the chat if you think this is a Democratic shutdown. Put a 2 in the chat if you think MAGA is responsible for this. The second shutdown. Now, over a month, we had Chuck Schumer and the Democrats shut us down in 43 days in 2025 over Obamacare subsidies. I haven't heard shit about Obamacare subsidies. But anyway, the government shut down again. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is a Democratic shutdown. Put a 2 in the chat if you think this is a Republican shutdown. Let's hear from TSA agents. Hey, everybody get the likes up. Let's go, MAGA.
So I just finished my 12-hour shift at TSA. Just now worked 4 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and still not getting paid for it.
That's sad.
Fun stuff. So, Congress, if you would do us all the favor of figuring your shit out, of figuring out what needs to happen to fund the rest of the government, that would be great. Especially doing that before considering.
So we got a dummy. Step up to the plate. Okay, dummy, tell us why it's Trump shutdown. We're going to give you 30 seconds. Do, 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 do. Why is it Trump shutdown? Why is it Trump shutdown? The countdown has started. We're giving them a chance to respond. Republicans vote for war. Republicans vote against Americans. Tell us why, Will. How do you explain that, Will? Trump is a good... I know Trump is the greatest president. Come on, dum-dum. Your 30 seconds is up, dum-dum. Your 30 seconds is up, dum-dum. Your 30 seconds is up. Come on, dum-dum. Your 30 seconds is up, dum-dum. Why is that true, dum-dum? Come on, dum-dum. Come on, dum-dum. Why is it Trump's? Come on, dum-dum. Why is it Trump's shutdown? Dum-dum. They don't know. They don't know. They just like saying dum-dum. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Why is it Trump's, man? Why is it Trump shut down, man? Huh? They can't answer the question, man. Let's get into at Newark Airport, a girl screamed "ICE out now" at ICE agents on patrol. Classic leftist meltdown. But right after a real American steps up, thanks to agents, and shakes their hands like a boss. Can y'all believe that this is happening right now? So we got ICE agents in the airport keeping Americans safe, helping facilitate the lines, and somebody yells "ICE out now." Like you can't make this deranged syndrome up. Like we got Iran, we got El Moncho. Like what is like the airport is stalled, and you find time in your life to yell at somebody doing their job, bro. Can we just tell these idiots? These people are at work. You should just get on the fucking plane instead of fucking with somebody who's at work. We don't do that in America. You could tell a lot of times who wasn't born in America with that bullshit. These individuals are at work and their job is carrying a gun. You should shut the fuck up and get on the plane.
Master Donald Trump, go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
Go back to your master. This is the ICE got to deal with in the airports.
Master Donald Trump, go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Be safe, sir. Thank you, sir.
So what we have here, what we're reporting this morning, we got ICE agents in the airport. Remember, I showed you the Truth Social. Donald Trump came out on Monday. ICE will be going to airports to help our wonderful TSA agents who have stayed on the job despite the fact that the radical left Democrats who are only focused on protecting hardline criminals. So what you're watching here is an executive order from Donald Trump. Donald Trump stated that Monday, ICE agents will go to airports to help our wonderful TSA agents. And what I'm just reporting to you is that after they follow the orders of their president, uphold the Constitution, and go to help protect Americans, help them get on their flights safely, they get harassed. They get harassed by somebody with fucking Trump derangement syndrome. They're at work, bitch. They're at work, bitch. Helping you, bitch. Helping you, bitch. On Monday, ICE will be going to airports to help our wonderful TSA agents. There it is. There it is right there. What they fucking doing there. And she's screaming ICE out. They have to deal with the idiots while at work where they're actually trying, where they're needed and they're wanted, where they're actually needed and they're actually wanted. But no, they can't focus on helping the American people. God forbid they help airports. No, we don't do that. Instead, they want to be harassed. She thinks it's valid to harass our federal agents who Trump asked to be there. I just read you the Truth Social. On Monday, ICE agents will go to airports to assist our wonderful TSA agents who are still working without pay. And this is what you greeted them with.
Master Donald Trump, go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back.
What the fuck Putin and Netanyahu got to do with the fucking American airport? You fucking idiot. How does ICE have anything to do? Why would ICE have anything to do with Putin and Net? What the fuck is she talking about? This is why we call it TD fucking S. Shit.
Go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
Do they know what they're saying? I mean, where was you educated? This is why we closed the Department of Education. Fuck the Department of Education. Hashtag fuck the Department of Education. If this is what the Department of Education produces, I am so happy we closed the Department of fucking Education because you motherfuckers have no education. What does Putin have to do with ICE? What does Netanyahu have to do with ICE? How is Netanyahu or Putin bosses of ICE? They wouldn't be in the airports. If you follow your logic, your illogical TDS, if you are insinuating that Putin doesn't want safety for Americans or Netanyahu doesn't like Americans, then that would mean ICE agents would not be in the airport. God, is it only me who has a brain? If I only had a brain. If you only had a brain. Does she understand what I just said? By your logic, if they are owned and bought by Putin and those individuals don't like us, then they wouldn't be in the airport. Protect, God damn it. I can't. This is truly TDS. This is the epitome of TDS because they don't even understand their logic. If Putin was their boss and Putin and Netanyahu don't like us, then they would not be in the airports, Dodo Bird. God.
Master Donald Trump. Go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
And then she says if Netanyahu, if he's still alive, as if she is an Iranian proxy. Do you see how powerful the propaganda and how asleep the sheeple are? That you would say that in an airport. You know there are different laws that exist in the airport after 9/11. Hello. I mean full-blown TDS. We're watching full-blown TDS. Do you know there are different federal laws that exist and apply in an airport after 9/11? God, you guys, and they say things to me in the chat, but I wish they was as smart as they think they are. I wish you were as intelligent that you think you are.
Master Donald Trump. Go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
And then she says, ICE out. Which one is it, you guys? Is it Putin and Netanyahu, or is it ICE out now? There is no train of thought. Y'all remember when people used to say that? There is no train of thought here. They're all over the place. Is it Bibi? Is it Russia? Is it ICE? Which one is it, bitch?
ICE out now.
It's not a joke, asshole. And this fucker, I'm glad he looked at him. Clock his bitch ass. Clock his tea. Get somebody to search his bag because it's not funny in America. It's America first, and the ICE agents are fucking doing a job, and they're to protect you, you piece of shit. He just thought it was a joke. ICE out now. Clock his fucking tea. Check his bag. Motherfucker.
ICE out now.
He thought it was funny. Did you see that shit? He thought it was funny. Should arrest their ass. Double tap at the like button. We watching ICE in Atlanta. What we watching right now? Trump. If you watch Trump Truth Social, thank you for coming in. As you come in, double tap at the like button. You're watching the Perfect Timing Podcast. Right now, we're watching ICE agents have been deployed to airports in America per Donald J. Trump, and we are watching the response from the American citizens at ICE in the airports. Double tap at the like button. That's what we watching right now. You're at the Perfect Timing Podcast, #1 spot on YouTube for geopolitical and domestic debate. Thank you for coming. Hit the like button, share with a like-minded person. You at the right place, baby. If you're here right now, you at the right place, baby.
All right, thank you. Thank you all. Be safe, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you to that man right there. He said he shook every one of their hands and said, thank you for your service. Shout out to that brother. So what's going on is Trump has said that because we are over 30 days of a partial shutdown in 2026. How many people know the details behind this? I know a lot of you watch me. You're at work. You're very busy. Do you understand the details of what we're watching and what's going on? We're in the second shutdown. We still don't have a budget from October 15th, 2025. They shut us down 43 days in 2025. Now it's 30 days past the month shutdown in 2026. Now, what you need to know is ICE agents are getting paid. Everybody double tap hit the like button. ICE agents have been funded because Trump funded them to 2029. So ICE is not being affected. Despite Democrats, Chuck Schumer, AOC, and Hakeem Jeffries yelling that they want changes to ICE. Unfortunately, ICE has been paid in a block grant till 2029. How many of you are pissed after waiting in line in the airport and learning that ICE has been paid in the block grant till 2029? You should ask yourself, what the fuck are they doing? What the fuck are they doing? What the fuck are they doing? Why have they done this to your airports if ICE is funded via block grant till 2029? I would love the answer. Does anybody have the? You don't. Let's read Donald Trump, Truth Social, what we're watching. Monday, ICE will be going to airports to help our wonderful TSA agents who have stayed on the job despite the fact that radical left Democrats who are only focused on protecting hardline criminals who have entered our country illegally are endangering the USA by holding back the money that was long ago agreed to with signed and sealed contracts. That is a crime. The Democrats are stealing, just like they've done in California, just like they did in Virginia, just like they did in New York, just like they did in Chicago, Illinois. Double tap, hit the like button, just like they did in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with $19 billion to the motherfucking Somalians to go right back into the Democratic coffers. That's why the Somalians got up on the motherfucking stage and said, hey, you Democrats better stop these people from talking shit about the Somalian community because we bought and paid for your motherfucking vote. Do y'all all remember when the Somalians got up in the city councils and checked those white Democratic leaders that they bought and paid for with the stolen money, allegedly, and said, if you don't stop people from talking shit, we won't vote for you anymore? Like to infer that there was a quid pro quo between the Somalian community and the Democrats. You know, there was an inference that there was a quid pro quo between the Somalian community and the immigrant. Yeah, I told you MAGA knows the motherfucking climate, god dug it. Let me keep reading this Truth Social. Who are focused on protecting hardline criminals, you know, like Somalian pirates. You know, Trump called them Somalian pirates in the State of the Union. That was the longest the best State of the Union ever by any president. You remember when Ilhan Omar called my president a criminal? When Trump wrote on Truth Social just like this, that Ilhan Omar and Robert De Niro need to get on the fucking boat. I said my president, the greatest president to ever live, said Ilhan Omar, Somalian pirates, and take Robert De Niro, cry baby ass. Robert De Niro, cry baby ass, and get the fuck on the boat and get the fuck out of America. That's my president, greatest president to ever live. I love my president, greatest president to ever live. See, I can talk cash shit like this. I can talk cash shit like this because I am simply reacting and repeating what the best president in the fucking world ever said. He said they are motherfucking Somalian pirates. I love him. I love him. He said, Elmar, get on a fucking boat with Robert De Niro. So I am not being mean. I am not saying Omar needs to get on the boat. I'm just saying the greatest president to ever fucking live said Omar and Robert De Niro, cry baby ass, should get on a fucking boat and get the fuck out of America. That's why he's the greatest. That's why he's the greatest. But today we're focused on this. But today, I just want to remind you how great my president is. In case you forgot, Somalian pirates. Woo, he's the greatest. Oh, that MAGA. Whoa, that MAGA. Somalian pirates. It's going to go down in history. And they trying to block TPS. They trying to block Trump's removal of the temporary protection order from the Somalian pirates. Sometimes, you know, so a lot of people go rewatch Trump debates because Trump performed so well in debates. I think people in school will rewatch that State of the Union where Trump tricked the Democrats and they didn't stand up. Do you believe in the American people? And the Democrats refused to stand up. That's what we call 4D chess. When Trump calls out Ilhan Omar to get your Somalian pirates the fuck out of the country, that's what we call 4D chess. Greatest president, greatest speaker. Double tap, hit the like button. Today, Trump sent ICE agents to the airports, and they don't even get the respect that they deserve for helping your bitch ass. Trump sends ICE agents to the airports, and he don't even get the respect that they deserve for helping your bitch ass. Instead, you want to yell ICE out. Somebody arrest this bitch. Somebody call the police.
Master Donald Trump. Go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
So this is what they dealing with. Let's go. That's Atlanta. That's Atlanta. And now we're at JFK. Double tap, hit the like button. ICE agents are trolling the press at JFK as cameras keep chasing them around the airport. So if it's not TDS deranged syndrome, purple hair protesting white liberal women, you got to deal with the motherfucking propagandist anti-American media getting in the way for the ICE agents doing their job. This is not believable, y'all. ICE agents are there to help. So if it's not fucking purple hair protester, liberal white women fucking with them, you got the media with cameras and lights in their face prohibiting them from doing their job. I wish I was making this up. Mega MAGA Monday, double tap, hit the like button. Trump has ICE agents coast to coast in our airports. Atlanta, now New York, 2 airports in New York shut down. LaGuardia shut down. Smoke, fire. We gonna get into it. Double tap, hit the like button.
Classic, love it. Give me the other side. Give me a good side. Good side. Give me a good side. Come on. I'll get you that Calvin Klein contract.
It's bad lighting in here. Turn the light back on.
Oh, man. You need some lighting?
This is bad lighting.
These are ICE agents being harassed by paparazzi in the airport. Trump has sent ICE agents to airports nationwide. I just showed Atlanta. This is JFK. So that's coast to coast. And instead of them being able to do their job, ICE agents are being harassed by paparazzi. You know what the paparazzi could do? Help. Help.
Classic. Love it. Give me the other side. Give me a good side. Good side. Give me a good side. Come on. I'll get you that Calvin Klein contract.
It's bad lighting in here. Turn the light back on.
Oh, man. You need some lighting?
This is bad lighting.
That only works with cell phones. Just
Yes. We talking. I'm talking to these gentlemen. Give me respect first. I might have my bodyguard.
Let's go.
No, I'm not gonna. No, we're ready to. Ask for Shaki to help me. Thank you.
So JFK, Atlanta, we got ICE agents all over American airports handling these delays, assisting TSA agents, but also being harassed while on the job. Let's get into it. President Trump deploys ICE agents to U.S. airports, including Hartsville. Let me bring up my beautiful face. How's everybody doing now? Let me bring up my beautiful face as I read this. Did I get my super chats? How's everybody? Did we get some super chats? Did we get some gifts? Get the gifts going. Let's get the super chats going. Double tap hit the like button. Let's get the gifts going. Let's get the super chats going. All right, let's get into it. President Trump deploys ICE agents to U.S. airports, including Hartsville, Jackson, Atlanta International Airport, and San Francisco International Airport to assist TSA amid partial DHS funding shutdown. Like I said, coast to coast. Once again, President Trump deploys ICE agents to U.S. airports, including Hartsville, Jackson, Atlanta International Airport, and San Francisco International Airport to assist TSA amid partial DSA funding shutdown. And I just showed you JFK. President Trump ordered ICE agents to major U.S. airports such as Hartsville, Jackson, Atlanta International Airport, and San Francisco International Airport to manage long TSA security lines caused by staffing shortages during a partial Department of Homeland Security shutdown from congressional funding disputes. The deployment reduced wait times for over 5 hours to under 40 minutes at some locations. Thank you, ICE. Did you hear that? The deployment reduced wait times from 5 hours to 40 minutes, and then they're yelling at the ICE agents. She should have been made to wait an additional 5 hours. While ICE agents also conducted arrests of undocumented immigrants. Let's go, MAGA! So they got two jobs. They've been helping facilitate the long lines, and they have been making sure anybody in the airport are not undocumented. I love it. Trump tied DHS funding to the passage of the Save America Act requiring proof of citizenship for voting and urged Senate Republicans to forego Easter access. He urged Senate Democrats to forego Easter act. Let's get Donald Trump. Let's go, MAGA. Let's get Donald Trump on the issue. Double tap, hit the like button if MAGA knows the climate. It's official. President Trump is moving to allow Elon Musk to pay TSA salaries while Democrats hold agents hostage. The greatest president to ever live. Somebody earlier was asking about why my president is so great. I mentioned the 1776 he paid. I mentioned the 12 billion to farmers. I mentioned the GDP. I mentioned the inflation. One more MAGA. Everybody in the chat. One more MAGA. Let's go.
Elon Musk has offered to pay TSA workers during this DHS shutdown. Is this something that you've been speaking to him about?
Yeah, I'd love it. I think it's great. Let him do that. And I want to thank ICE because they stepped in so strongly. They'll do great. And if that's not enough, I'll bring in the National Guard. We're not going to have the Democrats destroy our country. These people are the most destructive, sick people.
Elon Musk is...
Woo! See, this is why we love him. See, y'all so used to Sleepy Joe. See, Donald Trump don't just take shit lying down. He's a real American, red, white, and blue. Donald Trump is not going to take your shit. So he said, fuck it, I'm the president. I don't have to fucking take the Democrats' shit. The Democrats want to play dirty pool. Well, fuck it. I'll put ICE agents. I'll put National Guard. Why? Because I'm the fucking president. Now what, Democrats? I'm taking all your cards. What the Democrats need to learn how to do is policy and constituency. This is why Jasmine Crockett was crying. This is why Jasmine Crockett was in fucking tears Because at the end of the day, she didn't have any policy to run on. Jasmine Crockett would have fared a lot better if she would have had more than Trump hate and actual policy and constituency. You know what constituency is, right? Go to her actual people in her district, her constituents, and hold town halls. Learn about what your constituents want you to do as a politician. Actually bring them home a victory and ensure the fact that they vote for you again. That's how politics work. But all you have is Trump hate. See, Hakeem Jeffries, no policy. Chuck Schumer, no policy. All they have is shutdown and Trump hate. This is why they will lose and be crying like Jasmine Crockett. Big old crocodile tears. Big old crocodile. Jasmine Crockett, I don't know what happened. The Democrats let me down. Peter Tallarico, Colbert played me. No, bitch. It was you, Jasmine. It was you, Jasmine. It was your long wig. It was your mink eyelashes. It was your big black ass. It was your sister girl antics. It was your lack of policy. It was your celebrity carrying on. It was you who led to your tears and sorrow. And I don't give a fuck. I don't. Boo! What we do here, y'all? Trump news, giving Democrats the boo blues, giving Democrats the boo blue. We knew she would be crying. But why are you crying, Jasmine? Why are you surprised, Jasmine? I'm not surprised. What do I always say? MAGA knows the climate. What do I always say? MAGA knows the climate. It's not hard. It ain't hard to tell. I rock well. It ain't hard to tell. I rock well. Clientele. If you look at my numbers, if you look at my subscriptions, if you look at my views, shout out to Nas. Shout out to Godson. What can I get hashtag it ain't hard to tell in the chat? Anybody grew up in the 90s, the golden era of hip hop? Can I get hashtag it ain't hard to tell? Shout out to Nasir Jones, Godson. It ain't hard to tell. I excel. Get it up in the chat. Get the motherfucking likes up. Get the motherfucking likes up. It ain't hard to tell. MAGA knew the climate, bitches.
Offered to pay TSA workers. Elon Musk has offered to pay TSA workers during this DHS shutdown. Is this something that you've been speaking to him about?
Yeah, I'd love it. I think it's great. Let him do that. And I want to thank ICE because they stepped in so strongly. They'll do great. And if that's not enough, I'll bring in the National Guard. We're not going to have the Democrats destroy our country. These people are the most destructive, sick people.
Elon Musk has offered to pay.
These people are the most destructive, sick people. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Trump. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Trump and you support Elon Musk paying TSA agents. Put a 1 in the Trump if you stand with. Put a 1 in the chat if you stand with Trump and Elon Musk paying TSA agents. Double tap, hit the like button. Breaking news: within hours, ICE agents have reduced wait times by leaps and bounds. Are y'all hearing this? Some things can be rhetoric, some things can be propaganda, but the gosh darn facts that you can't lie about facts, you guys. You can't lie about facts that President Trump sees a problem. President Trump is a problem solver, a businessman, the art of the deal, and he never concedes fucking defeat. He never concedes fucking defeat. So Chuck Schumer and the Democrats, again, tried to put MAGA back against the wall, and they lose again. Chuck Schumer, you fucking lose again. You a fucking loser. Big fucking L. Big fucking loser. Trump wins again. He's the fucking greatest, and it's not even conjecture. You can't even debate it. This video I'm about to show you is going to tell you why Trump is so victorious. It's because ICE is being successful with reducing wait times by 4 hours, making life better for Americans. Democrats make life worse. Trump sees the problem, fixes it, and makes life better for Americans. Happy Easter. Happy spring break. You can thank President Donald J. Trump, and you can kiss my black ass.
Finally, we can take a deep breath here. The numbers have dropped off. The lines are getting shorter. I think the average wait time now is under 40 minutes. So if you have a flight to catch today, it's a good time to come to Hartsfield-Jackson International. Talking about those ICE agents, you can see a few behind me right there. And then I'm going to walk you this direction, and you can see some more of them gathered over here. This is what they've been doing for the most part today, is doing the patrols around the airport, talking and gathering. not really helping the public in the sense of they're not taking tickets from anybody. They're not interacting with the public we've seen so far. They're not checking anyone's ID. At the TSA checkpoints, they're not doing that as well. So the big question is, what have they been doing mostly? Well, it's been providing perimeter security, as you can see over here. If we come back this direction, there's also a contingent of officers over here. And the reason why is what we're being told is there's a protest scheduled against ICE here at the airport in the next 2 hours or so. So now you have extra police officers from the Atlanta Police Department ready to respond to what may happen when protesters arrive. And we've been told they actually applied for a permit. So now you're bringing all these people, surging them into one area. This is where the lines have been long throughout the day. The lines now are gone. So that's a good news, whether it's the north, the south terminals, or even the main checkpoint. We've been told that the lines now, again, are under 30 minutes, which is fantastic. That's after Sunday, when it was more than 5 hours and we saw lines stretch outside the building. When we arrived here at 6 a.m. this morning, there were thousands of people trying to get to the airport. We talked to several people who we just checked through to try to see how long it would take them. Average wait time was over 2 hours. And right now, the airport GM is actually telling us they believe the numbers are about a 30% call out. And now we've talked to TSA Stewart, who tells us, look, they believe things could get better, but they want to get paid sometime soon.
They deserve to get paid. So I am reporting to you today a couple things. Trump has put ICE agents in the airports. How many people knew Trump had put ICE agents in the airport? Put a 1 in the chat if you support Trump putting ICE. Now, 2, Trump and the ICE agents have been successful at bringing down wait times that were above 5 hours. So we have 5-hour wait times, but now we have ICE agents reducing those wait times down to 40 minutes. And it's a victory for MAGA. It's a victory for MAGA. Double tap at the like button.
Have called out sick. Many are unable to pay for their cars, gas, childcare, or rent due to the shutdown. It's making it so they can't even afford to come to work right now, which of course they haven't been getting paid for more than a month. That's why President Trump decided to send hundreds of ICE officers into the airports that are greatly impacted, like here in Atlanta. Mayor Andre Dickens says those officers are meant to help with crowd control and line management. They are not supposed to conduct any immigration enforcement. We have seen a handful of them already here this morning. And travelers we spoke to say they feel for the TSA agents, but they also feel like this is even worse than they were expecting.
Seemed like I didn't sleep last night to get here to the airport.
Have called out sick. Many are unable to pay for their cars, gas, childcare, or rent due to the shutdown.
So you have a tale of two tales. A tale of two tales. Long lines, people not able to pay their bills due to shutdown, and then you have people yelling ICE out and talking shit as TSA agents are suffering, and then you have Trump coming up with a solution. Here it is, TSA agent talking about how bad it is right now in airports.
So I just finished my 12-hour shift at TSA. Just now worked 4 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and still not getting paid for it. Fun stuff. So, Congress, if you would do us all the favor of figuring your shit out, of figuring out what needs to happen to fund the rest of the government, that would be great. Especially doing that before considering a $200 billion bill for the Iranian war. Thank you. Don't forget to give your TSA agents a hard time this week, too. They deserve it. We're a bunch of bullies. So I just finished my 12-hour shift at TSA. Just now worked 4 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and still not getting paid for it. Fun stuff. So, Congress, if you would do us all the favor of figuring your shit out, of figuring out what needs to happen to fund the rest of the government, that would be great.
So this is what we're dealing with, and let's show more of what ICE agents have been dealing with, what I've been showing you, how they have been getting harassed in airports. Now, I love the way mathematically, methodically I do my podcast because I showed this, but then after this, I'm going to show you how ICE, she's saying all this mean stuff to ICE agents, but she would have been in line for 6 hours, thanks to the same ICE agents that they are yelling at. And if you heard in that last report, they are attempting to get a permit to protest. So this is Donald Trump saw the 6-hour wait times at the airport. Donald Trump sends in ICE. The wait times go back down to 40 minutes. Democrats want the pain at the airports, so now they are getting together protests at the airports to get the lines back to 6 hours to cause pain. Do you guys believe this? It's not even fucking believable. When you understand what's happening, I swear to you, how can you be a Democrat? How the fuck can you be, besides being fucking deranged? The wait times are down because of ICE agents. So the Democrats' response is to now protest at the airport so we can get the wait times back up. I wish I was making it up. I wish I was making it up. You're going to see protests by purple hair protesters next because Donald Trump solved the problem.
Master Donald Trump, go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Be safe, sir. Thank you, sir.
This is what they got to put up with. How's everybody, man? Double tap at the like button. I'm looking for something right now. And then I'm using the wrong liberal thing to find it, and it's not helping me because the liberal internet don't like internet don't like things like I'm trying to show, even though I didn't make it up. So let me let's see. Y'all can hang out for a minute. Don't be such bitches, man. I do a little bit of research. I do a little bit of research and y'all just, everybody start bailing out. You know what I'm saying? I do a little bit of research. Everybody start bailing out, man. If you got to go piss, everybody takes their phone to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I was doing a little bit more research looking at that European immigration issue. Let me see. I found this video on it. Let's see if this video describes what I was discussing earlier, illuminates it visually for us.
To understand Europe's increasingly sour view of immigration, you have to go back to 2015, the migrant crisis. Over 1 million refugees fleeing war in the Middle East entered Europe in a very short period of time. Most came from countries like Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Many traveled by boat across the Mediterranean, arriving in Greece via Turkey. Others arrived through Italy. Hundreds of thousands of people reached European shores in a matter of months. This was not just a humanitarian crisis, it was a systemic shock. Europe simply wasn't prepared for it. Every safeguard failed. Refugees were unevenly distributed across EU countries. Sweden, for example, took in around 160,000 refugees in a single year, roughly 8 migrants per 1,000 inhabitants. Germany took in close to 500,000. France, Hungary, Austria, and the United Kingdom all absorbed hundreds of thousands as well. The European Union's core principles of free movement between member states made containment nearly impossible. This didn't just change policy, it changed the continent. When large numbers of people arrive, unvetted, mostly destitute, and from societies with very different norms around authority, religion, gender, and social behavior, problems are inevitable. And those problems didn't
I have to laugh. I have to laugh. This is why MAGA knows the climate. Are you surprised that Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped? Are you surprised about $19 billion in fraud? I'm not. MAGA's not surprised. If you listen to what happened in Europe and then Biden opens the border, does the same fucking thing here, is anyone surprised? I'm not surprised. This is what's behind Brexit. This is what's behind what's going on in America. Like, when I talk a lot about some of the things I talk about, and you hear Tucker Carlson talk about the European culture, how it's been overran by immigrants, when you hear the Japanese prime minister, you know, I talk to you guys about a lot of different things. Do you guys know I love you? That's why I share so much powerful information. I talk to you guys about a lot of different things, man. When you hear me talk about the prime minister, the Japanese prime minister, and her stopping Muslim immigration, her first thing, Trump was there, first female prime minister of Japan. She's in the White House now. Trump went there when she got inaugurated. In her inauguration speech, what she said to the Japanese people is, if you don't assimilate to Japanese culture, you will no longer be accepted here. And she stopped all Islamic immigration into Japan. She's a very MAGA-esque leader, the first female prime minister of Japan. Stopped all Islamic immigration into Japan because they were experiencing the same things in this video that occurred in Europe and what led to the Brexit principles. And that's what Biden did here, and now we suffer under the same shit. Double tap at the like button. I just want to share with you some information. Take a look at the video. No one else is giving you this information.
To understand Europe's increasingly sour view of immigration, you have to go back to 2015, the migrant crisis. Over 1 million refugees fleeing war in the Middle East entered Europe in a very short period of time. Most came from countries like Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Many traveled by boat across the Mediterranean, arriving
Syria, Afghanistan, and Iran. Is this not relevant to today? As we talk about Iranian proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas, as we talk about the efforts in Gaza Strip, Palestine, and Israel, now you understand why things may be playing out. Look how many people came here from Shia Islamic countries that were not friendly to European and European ideals. Is y'all hearing this? Some of this, as you hear it, it sounds so sad that you may not hear some of the details. So that's why I'm stopping it. We watched it once. Now I'm giving you the details. Listen to the states that he said. These are Iranian proxies. These are Shia Islamic Muslim extremists now coming into a European nation. They are juxtaposed against each other. Double tap at the like button. This is a very interesting history lesson.
You have to go back to 2015.
2015, who was president? Who was president in 2015? Remember, I told you, Ukraine, Day of Revolution, 2014, Joe Biden, when they installed Zelensky. Come on, you guys. You got to keep up. Barack Obama, Joe Biden was in power. You had Zelensky being installed. You had the world being created that we have to fix right now with this bullshit. Come on, y'all. Great history lesson this morning. Double tap hit the like button. Mega MAGA Monday.
The migrant crisis.
The migrant crisis in Europe, not America. When you see this, you might think, wait a minute, is he talking about the Mexican-American border? No, we're talking about the European migrant crisis. How could there be both? Double tap hit the like button.
Over 1 million refugees fleeing war in the Middle East entered Europe in a very short period of time.
So when they say fleeing war in the Middle East, what war? The Afghanistan war and the Iraq war. These were American wars being fought in the Middle East that led to increased immigration in Europe. Did you guys notice? This is the background and the mathematics of the shit we dealing with today. Double tap hit the like button.
Most came from countries like Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Many traveled by boat.
Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq.
Across the Mediterranean, arriving in Greece via Turkey. Others arrived through Italy. Hundreds of thousands of people reached European shores in a matter of months. This was not just a humanitarian crisis. It was a systemic shock. Europe simply wasn't prepared for it.
Europe was not prepared. Sound like us, right? Europe wasn't prepared. Sound like us right now. Let's take a look at this map. Let's take a look at this map as we talk about the geopolitical climate of the day. Not 2015 when this occurred, but the geopolitical 10 years later. 10 years later, after whites are not having babies, and these people have 6 babies per family and multiple wives. Just look at where they came from. Where's this through line? I said there was a through line from Biden to today's conflicts. Look at where they're coming from and where they brought them to.
Others arrived through it.
Y'all see this through line? No one, I'm giving you this information, man. This is relevant. This is relevant.
Hundreds of thousands of people reached European shores in a matter of months. This was not just a humanitarian crisis. It was a systemic shock. Europe simply wasn't prepared for it. Every safeguard failed. Refugees were unevenly distributed across EU countries. Sweden, for example, took in around 160,000 refugees in a single year. Roughly 8 migrants per 1,000 inhabitants. Germany took in close to 500,000. France, Hungary, Austria, and the United Kingdom all absorbed hundreds of thousands as well. The European Union's core principles of free movement between member states made containment nearly impossible. This didn't just change policy. It changed the continent. When large numbers of people arrive, unvetted, mostly destitute, and from societies with very different norms around authority, religion, gender, and social behavior, problems are inevitable. And those problems didn't take long to surface.
And those problems didn't take long to surface. I totally agree. Those problems didn't take long to surface. Have y'all learned about this? This is what changed Europe. This is what we talk about a lot when we be talking. This is what I be talking a lot about. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I just wanted to get that context, man. Let's get back into the airports. Let's get back into the airports, man. I want to get that context. Let's get back into the airports. And I'm gonna go to LaGuardia and the issues. I got video of LaGuardia and the issues at LaGuardia and the airport closures and the some sad stuff in New York, man. Some sad stuff in New York, man. Let's get to it. ICE agents being deployed by Donald Trump. Wait times down from 5 hours to 40 minutes. Trump is successful again. Trump knows, Trump knows, Trump knows, giving Democrats the boo-hoo blues. Now we hear reports of Democrats wanting to protest at airports to make sure the lines get back up to beat. Can't make this up. Double tap the like button.
Time. Okay. Go to Terminal 8. I'll make sure you don't come back again. Go.
Sir, Terminal 8. Terminal 8.
Yeah, they stop it. Yeah, they're right there. See that?
They're apparently at Terminal 8.
ICE agents in JFK. ICE agents in JFK. ICE agents to New York airports have been shut down. ICE agents at LaGuardia, ICE agents and ATL reducing lines. Breaking news, new footage captures from the... So like I said, we had an accident in New York leading to the closure of 2 airports. This is footage. Footage captures the horrifying moment in Air Canada Express plane flight A68646 slammed into Port Authority fire truck on the runway at LaGuardia Airport. Let me see this. Killing both pilots and injuring dozens of passengers and crew and firefighters in the crash. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is footage of the crash. This is footage of the crash. So we got 2 airports closed right now in New York. We have, let me get the details, how they saying this shit. I want to get the shit right. The FAA and the NTSB are investigating the deadly collision between Air Canada Express plane and fire truck at LaGuardia Airport in New York. Both pilots were killed and dozens of passengers, crew, and firefighters were injured in the crash. Breaking news right now, deadly collision between Air Canada Express plane and fire truck at LaGuardia. Deadly collision. That's what we're reporting right now today, and they are saying F ICE. Trump has got ICE agents so that these things don't happen, and we got Americans talking about F ICE, deadly collision. Let me get this banner up, and I'm going to go back to the video for you guys. And we got airports closed now. Deadly collision between Air Canada Express plane and a fire truck at LaGuardia. Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button. Let's go back to the video. Let's go back to the... This is the aftermath. You see the tail on the ground? Is everybody with me? I am reporting deadly crash at LaGuardia We are in the second month of a Democratic DSH shutdown. It's been over 30 days. I believe it's day 37. I believe we're day 37 in the Democratic DHS shutdown. TSA agents have not been paid in over a month. They are working 12-hour shifts. They are exhausted. They haven't been fed. I've saw food drives where they were given peanut butter and bread. And now, I don't want to say allegedly has led to a deadly accident, you guys. It has led to a deadly accident, allegedly, where Air Canada and the pilots are dead. If you look and see, you see the nose in the air, you see the tail on the ground. Can everybody see that? The nose in the air damaged, completely gone, and the tail abnormally on the actual tarmac. What I am reporting, deadly crash at LaGuardia. 2 airports in New York are shut down. ICE agents have been deployed to airports nationwide. Perfect Time of Podcast with the Boss, coming to you with the breaking news. Double tap at the like button. So this is the aftermath of the accident. Air Canada flight crashes into a fire truck. LaGuardia Airport shut down. Actually, 2 airports now shut down. This is the aftermath. This is the aftermath. ICE agents have been deployed to airports.
That wasn't good to watch. Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to myself, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier. I messed up. No, man, you did the best you could. That wasn't good to watch. Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to myself, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier. I messed up. No, man, you did the best you could. That wasn't good to watch. Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to myself, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier. I messed up. No, man, you did the best you could. That wasn't good to watch. Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to myself, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier. I messed up. No, man, you did the best you could. That wasn't good to watch. Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out.
Somebody in the chat said, how is it a Democratic shutdown? How are you so dumb is the real question. You know what I'm saying? How is it a Democratic shutdown? How are you so stupid, right? How are you so dumb? The Democrats admit to it being a shutdown, man. The Democrats shut down the government for 43 days in 2025. The only reason the government is shut down is because the Democrats are asking for 3 bullet points. Do you know or happen to know what those 3 bullet points are? Huh? Let's show footage of the crash, and then I'm going to handle this dum-dum. Do you know what those 3 bullet points Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are asking for? Put it in the chat, and we're going to deal with your dumb ass. Do you know what the Democrats are asking for? Do you? Dum-dum? This is the image of the crash at LaGuardia that led to the shutdown. Double tap at the like button. Breaking news, deadly crash at LaGuardia. 2 New York airports have been closed, and ICE agents have been deployed nationwide to get wait times down. So pilots are dead. The pilot died, and a lot of passengers are injured. This is very unfortunate, but I guess that's what happens when people tired and you got airports operating for over a month with people not being paid. I don't even know how we keep the airport open. How are these? This is a failure of a man. How are they expected to work? Why are Americans still trying to fly? This shit crazy, blood. I just don't get it, man. Americans sometimes could be so stupid and so selfish. There's no way in hell I would get on a plane. After watching similar incidents like this during the last shutdown, we had similar crashes, similar instances during the last. We had air traffic controllers falling asleep. Like, sometimes, man, we're watching LaGuardia deadly accident, deadly collision, leading to airport being shut down. Breaking news. I don't know anyone else who got the video. I'm the only one with the video on YouTube. Breaking news. I'm the only one with the video on YouTube. And you get to watch it here if you subscribe and watch the Perfect Timing Podcast. Let's get into it. This is too much, man. This is too much, man. Breaking news, man. Breaking news, man. Deadly crash at LaGuardia leading to shutdown, leading to the airport closure. ICE agents now patrolling JFK International Airport, New York City, as long TS lines continue. New York station WABC spoke with two people who said they were on the plane that collided with the truck at LaGuardia Airport. Double tap, hit the like button. First-hand account from passengers on the plane that collided with the fire truck. Breaking news, Perfect Timing Podcast, giving you first-hand interview accounts of people who were on the plane. Plane crash, deadly at LaGuardia, leading to airport closure. Double tap, hit the like button.
We were on the actual flight.
You were on the actual flight?
Yeah.
What exactly did you experience on that flight? Bring you back to that moment.
Fear. I mean, it was pretty shocking. I didn't know what to expect. We were honestly sleeping and then landing, and then all of a sudden, boom, woke up in shock. Just didn't know what to do.
In that boom, just tell me back to that moment when you woke up. What exactly did you experience? Were there screaming on the plane?
Yep. So screaming. I mean, what else really? Like, people were just in shock. Like, people were like caving in. Just heard a loud bang, and then everyone's like freaking out, not knowing what to do.
We were a couple rows behind first class, and it was everything at the front of the plane was pretty messed up.
Wow.
I can only imagine that you're understandably shaken right now.
Yes.
I mean, I saw the damage from the plane, the nose of the plane. Unfortunately, we've learned that the pilot and the co-pilot, it's believed that they didn't survive this crash. And our thoughts are with their families today. What was the reaction of just everyone getting off the plane? I know that they said about 13 people were injured, we're learning. What was the condition of anyone that you might have saw?
One of our friends was several rows back from us, and like we walked past him on the way out because he was trying to find his glasses, and his nose was totally broken, bleeding like on his face. Like a lot of people smacked their head against the seat in front of them.
Very sad, man. Very sad, man. Deadly crash at LaGuardia leading to 2 airport closures. Deadly crash at LaGuardia leading to 2 airport closures. Somebody in the chat, live life, life for you. FAA officials say controller pay and operations remain unaffected by the shutdown. Air traffic controllers work for the Federal Aviation Administration, which is part of DOT. FAA is fully funded for fiscal year 2026, according to FAA officials. I understand and I hear what you're saying. I'm a respectfully disagree with this. I'm gonna respectfully disagree with this, and I think this is a very cynical outlook. I know you're trying to be helpful and give information, but a lot of times people like you be trolling with bullshit, because I think this is a very cynical outlook as to how airports and things like airports work, right? I'm not gonna ask how old you are, right? Because I know you're trying to give out information and you're trying to make me look bad and say, well, something I said was incorrect. I wholly disagree with you. The fact that we have 6-hour lines wrapping around baggage claim all the way outside, 70% of passengers missing their flights. Yeah, I think it is affecting everybody. TS 300 agents quitting, people calling out. It affects the entire ecosystem, which is an airport. If the airport is having an issue, the entire airport is affected. Flights are slowed down. Pilots are affected. Everything is affected. The airport needs to run like a well-oiled machine. And it's not now. It has completely been discombobulated by these long lines. It affects everything. If passengers don't make their flights, the airport is not effectively working. That's why I disagree with you. You want to say, oh, no, air traffic controllers are being paid. Like they're not impacted by these long lines and delays. I argue that the air traffic controllers are affected. I feel like they may have been working longer hours. They are affected by these long lines and flight delays. Their whole job has changed due to what is occurring in the airports. It's 6-hour flights being canceled, delays. Nothing is running as it should in the airport. And that should be obvious when we watch this crash. When we watch this crash, what should be obvious is that the airport is not working as designed. And why is a fire truck, like someone put in the chat, not watching where it's going? This plane is landing and the fire truck is not knowing what the fuck is going on. Do you know why? Because the whole airport is off its circadian rhythm. The airport needs to have a rhythm to run safely and correctly. And it's not running like that now in multiple airports. Everything is fucked up. When people don't show up to work and flights are canceled and long lines, pilots are thinking it's normal. I need to be here for my flight. Pilots can't make it to the plane. Pilots are affected by this too. Stewardess are affected by this too. So you hear about passengers not being able to get through the airport, but what about the stewardess and the pilots having issues getting through the airport, getting on the plane getting canceled? Everything is affected by this TSA shutdown, which is why Trump put ICE agents in the airport. It has everything to do with the ambulance. That's what I just said. I addressed the fact that the fire truck did not know what was going on. It's probably because everything is off. The timing is off. Just like when that helicopter hit that other plane during the last shutdown, everything is off right now. The fire truck is probably believing that this plane ain't supposed to be here right now. Typically, that plane may have not been there. But everything is not as it should be, right? The fire truck, this is his home location. That airplane just comes and goes. So this fire truck is very familiar with the way this airport works, but it's not working as designed. And now he's dead. Just so you know, the fire truck guy is dead. The pilot is dead. This ain't no nothing to argue about. The fire truck dude is dead. God bless him. God rest his soul. God bless his family. The pilot is dead. God rest his soul. God bless his family. Both of these guys passed away. The fire truck is operating in a capacity, but the airport is not operating as it normally should. And there was a plane landing on a tarmac that probably shouldn't have been used at that time. The fire truck thought it was safe because the fire truck lives and works in this airport. And it was probably like, what is it? Why is a plane landing right here? It's not supposed to land right here at this time, which is why I'm driving this way. For all of us who don't know, when we see this, let's go to the crash again. Let me go to the crash again. Let's go to the crash again. When we see the crash, what's obvious is that he don't know. He's not expecting the plane to be there because everything is off at the airport. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? This is the fire truck coming from this way. Over here. Nothing's over here. In his mind, what I'm speculating is he doesn't believe that this runway is being used at this time. He thinks he's safe. That's why he's driving like this, because he knows his airport. But the whole airport is not running like it's supposed to run because flights have been canceled, new flights here and there. And it's not just this airport, it's multiple airports. So things are not as they should be. So he's driving, believing he's safe because this is not supposed to be used at this time. Damn. Fire truck, plane, fire truck, and then as the plane is landing, I know the plane got to be like, why didn't he fucking look? How could you turn in front of me? Is that a fucking foreigner? Like it's on the freeway. How could you cut me off? Basically, the truck cut off the fucking plane. Let's look at the truck cut the plane off without even looking. How many times does this happen to you when you driving? Except the plane can't stop. It's going a couple 100 miles per hour because it's landing on the runway. Y'all ever landed in the plane, how fast it's going? So the plane can't stop. This motherfucker cut off a plane, made this right-hand turn without looking. The truck seemed to slow down. The fire truck seemed to slow down. Let's do it in slow-mo. Let's do it in slow-mo. The fire truck seemed to slow down, but then it still made the turn, bro. Y'all see that? Fire truck, y'all see it? It didn't even go straight. Why didn't it go straight? Fire truck, turn. It had ample opportunity to not get in this accident. It had ample, look at this shit. Fire truck, fire truck, fire truck. You should be able to see the plane, but what does it do? It doesn't stop. It turns into the lane of traffic. Ain't that some shit? LaGuardia Airport, deadly accident. Air Canada crashes into fire truck. We got the breaking footage right now. We watching it in slow-mo, seeing where the blame is. Y'all let me know in the chat. What's going on right here? Is it the fire truck? Is it the airplane? Breaking news, LaGuardia Airport, deadly collision. 2 New York airports have been shut down. ICE agents have been deployed nationwide. What are we looking at, ladies and gentlemen? This is in slow motion. We're looking at it in slow motion. Let's see. I got one more, a little bit slower. Here goes you see the fire truck right there. Look how much time in slow motion. Look at that, you guys. Fire truck turns. Fatal. Fatality. Fire truck, they're gone. Pilot gone. First class fucked off. It's an argument for not to be in first class right here. It's an argument not to be in first class right here. Yeah, it's sad, man. God bless the pilot. God bless the pilot's family. Fire truck. I believe it, man. The fire truck, man. What was the fire truck doing? Yeah, air traffic controller is supposed to be on the phone with the this is a good point right here. And this is why earlier I said that old boy didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, man. Because the air traffic controller should have been on the phone with the air traffic controller should have been on the phone with the fire truck and the plane, man. The tower is at fault. Now, and then there was the smoke in the tower. There was smoke in the tower. U.S. Newark flights halted after smoke forces there was smoke in the tower. So we got this crash. W chat. I got the best chat. W chat. Thank you for bringing that up. I got the best chat. W chat. Love you guys. So that is correct. It was the tower's fault. But then we learned that there was smoke in the tower. There was let's get some more details as to what's going on in these airports. This is Mega MAGA Monday. Purpose of my podcast coming to you with breaking news. Double tap, hit the like button, share with a like-minded person. This is Purpose of my podcast coming to you with breaking news. We're talking about ICE agents being deployed in airports, a deadly collision at LaGuardia, smoke at the air traffic controller. Like, let's get this understood. Double tap, hit the like button.
As if that wasn't enough, Newark Liberty Airport dealing with more issues today. This morning, an air traffic control tower had to be evacuated because of the smell of smoke. That is adding to the problems with long lines for TSA checkpoints as workers continue to not be paid and call out. Today, ICE agents have been deployed to Newark, as well as JFK, LaGuardia, and several other airports across the country. President Trump says they're being sent in to assist the understaffed TSA. Our coverage continues now with Eyewitness News reporter Nina Pineda. She's live at Newark Airport with the latest on all of the issues there. Nina?
Sandra, good afternoon. As you're mentioning, that stoppage is one of the strictest measures that the FAA can put in place because of that smell of smoke in the air traffic control tower. And they did not have anything coming or leaving from EWR starting at about 7:30. Flights did resume at 8:50, which is good news because it seems to be business as usual here at EWR. You see people checking in. The line for the TSA does not seem that long. It's actually moving very nicely. There's a few delays and a handful of cancellations, but that's about it. Probably people decided to reschedule themselves given everything that they've learned when they turned on the news this morning, definitely leading to a kind of jittery traveling public.
And then this whole thing happened and my flight was canceled and I felt a little nervous. I didn't know if I was going to make it on time.
Air Canada passenger Damien Sarrazin is one of thousands of flyers diverted to other airports this morning. Instead of LGA, which canceled over half its flights, he's at EWR, which had major issues after the smell of smoke in the air traffic control tower led to a ground stoppage which lasted over an hour. The FAA said this morning air traffic controllers were evacuating the control tower due to a reported burning order. According to the FAA, the incident occurred around 7:30 a.m. local time when staff detected a smell linked to an elevator. Although no fire was found, the situation prompted an immediate evacuation as a precaution. ICE agents are deployed at all three major airports in our area today where they are supporting TSA operations. An official estimated about 65 ICE agents are deployed across all terminals at Newark. They are mainly monitoring the terminals, entrances, and exits, freeing up TSA agents to focus on screening.
That excites me. I think they're very confident. I'm sure it'll be fine. You know, just to get this thing moving forward. I mean, we're the ones that are the victims, not the, government's playing their games.
Everybody has their own opinions. I mean, I'm hoping that they're here to help and make everybody's flight and day better.
New Jersey's governor issued a statement responding to the ICE agents saying every time Donald Trump gets involved, he creates chaos for the American people. The latest proposal is no different. Trump's ICE has a track record of making communities less safe, and sending untrained ICE agents to staff our airports is not an acceptable solution. Instead, it's time for Donald Trump and Washington Republicans to do their jobs and fund the TSA. That is from New Jersey's governor, Mikey Sherrill, in response to the ICE agents here and also at LaGuardia Airport. They were at LaGuardia, and they have been assigned to not do the screening that the TSA agents do, rather to monitor the flow of passengers. We did see some ICE agents here as well. They were mostly around the baggage claim area. Port Authority and TSA agents are on the job here. And in a post on Truth Social, President Trump praised the, quote, wonderful TSA agents who have stayed on the job. The president blamed what he called radical left Democrats for holding back the money that was earmarked for these contracts. The president added that he believes that ICE will do a fantastic job. We are live at Newark Liberty Airport. I'm Nina Pineda, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
And we are live at the Perfect Timing Podcast, giving you the breaking news with LaGuardia, 2 New York airports being shut down, smoke at the air traffic controller. They said it was in the elevator, possible fire, immediately shut down. But then a deadly collision also. But then you also have ICE agents. Did you hear the Democrat? Did you hear and see and read? I want to read that what the Democrat said. The Democrat governor of New Jersey, after we're helping, you got two airports shut down, governor. You have a deadly crash, governor. You have unpaid, tired, weary TSA agents, governor, affecting the entire airport. What was the word? Ecosystem. And what the Democrat governor leader says is ICE agents. Now, keep in mind that we have said this morning, ICE agents have reduced wait time by 5 hours. I'm going to play it again just to make the Democrat look bad. I want to show people how bad the Democrats don't care. The Democrats said, we don't want ICE agents at the airport despite Americans suffering. Americans are suffering in the airports. Wait times have reached 6 hours. People miss their flights. You have elderly people. You have Easter. You have spring break. Trump sees the problem. He doesn't sit on his hands. He doesn't point to the Senate and say, you guys get your act together. Trump actually comes up with a solution to the problem. Trump deploys ICE at the airports. ICE relieve TSA agents. Wait times go down to 40 minutes. You know what the Democrat says? I don't want ICE there. She basically is saying she wants the long lines. She wants to cause pain. She wants to cause damage in order to get votes. Let's go to a report showing the successes of ICE and how Trump's deployment of ICE is another MAGA victory on MAGA Monday. You're hearing it here first. Breaking news. ICE agents have successfully broken through the gridlock at American airports. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, ICE. I don't know what the Democrats are on.
Finally, we can take a deep breath here. The numbers have dropped off. The lines are getting shorter. I think the average wait time now is under 40 minutes. So if you have a flight to catch today, it's a good time to come to Hartsfield-Jackson International. Talking about those ICE agents, you can see a few behind me right there. And then I'm going to walk you this direction, and you can see some more of them gathered over here. This is what they've been doing for the most part today, is doing the patrols around the airport, talking and gathering. Not really helping the public in the sense of they're not taking tickets from anybody. They're not interacting with the public we've seen so far. They're not checking anyone's ID. At the TSA checkpoints, they're not doing that as well. So the big question is, what have they been doing mostly? Well, it's been providing perimeter security, as you can see over here. If we come back this direction, there's also a contingent of officers over here. And the reason why is what we're being told is there's a protest scheduled against ICE here at the airport in the next 2 hours or so. So
we get the airport lines down. ICE free up TSA agents to go do their job, right? And so the Democrats don't want the lines stopped. The Democrats want the gridlock. They want the headlines. They want the news. They want you in pain. So when now ICE agents have been able to successfully get the lines down, now Democrats are sending in protesters to take away ICE agents from helping TSA. So now ICE agents now have to go protect the protesters, which now are going to lead back to the long lines. Can you guys hear this and understand this math? It should be criminal. It should be criminal. ICE agents have successfully got wait times down. Democrats' response to that is, we don't want ICE agents in the airports, even though they have successfully got wait times down. We want to send protests, and we want ICE agents out.
Of officers over here, and the reason why is what we're being told is there's a protest scheduled against ICE here at the airport in the next 2 hours or so. So now you have extra police officers from the Atlanta Police Department ready to respond to what may happen when protesters arrive. And we've been told they actually applied for a permit. So now you're bringing all these people, surging them into one area.
So they apply for a permit, bringing all these people to surge into one area. How is that? Isn't that a lack of concern for the problem? So Democrats see a problem. The airports are plagued with violence. deadly collision, long lines, and the Democrats say this is a great. Doesn't it remind you of Don Lemon? Doesn't it remind you of Don Lemon going into the church? I don't think they should be granted the permit. This is similar to Don Lemon going into a church. They're not going there to protest. They're going there to be antagonists. Put a one in the chat if you think they're not going there to protest. They're going there to be antagonists and cause pain and long lines. Put a one in the chat if you agree with me. Double tap hit the like button.
This is where the lines have been long throughout the day. The lines now are gone. So that's a good news, whether it's the north, the south terminals, or even the main checkpoint. We've been told that the lines now, again, are under 30 minutes, which is fantastic. That's after Sunday when it was more than 5 hours and we saw lines stretch outside the building. When we arrived here,
so for people in the chat that was hating, lines were 5 hours. Now they're 30 minutes. On Sunday, lines were 5 hours. Now, thanks to ICE agents deployed by Donald Trump, lines are 30 minutes. Now, remember, Democrats don't want you to be in line 30 minutes. Democrats are saying, and then I played to you. Now, oh, wait a minute. Let's play this again. Remember, don't forget our friend who kept yelling, ICE out. Where's she at? Where's she at? Here she go. Here she go. Don't forget ICE out. Don't forget our friend who didn't appreciate ICE. I wonder if she understood the only reason you're able to walk around an airport, lady, is that ICE is helping TSA agents, freeing up TSA agents. Look at how ICE is being treated after they have successfully got the wait times down and broken gridlock.
Master Donald Trump, go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
Do you realize if she gets what she wants, this is why the Democrats are so evil. This is why I compare them to Islamic terrorists. If she gets what she wants, and this is so selfish, it's un-American, it's selfish, it's very liberal, purple hair, and entitled. If you get what you want, if you get ICE out of the airport, that means everybody, Democrat, Republican, you don't give a fuck, go back to waiting 6 hours and missing their flights. That's the basic math. She says ICE out now. If she gets what she wants and ICE leaves the airports, then the wait times go back to 5.5 hours. If you get ICE out now, then the wait times go back to 5.5 hours. Right? Right?
or so. So now you have extra police officers from the Atlanta Police Department ready to respond to what may happen when protesters arrive. And we've been told they actually applied for a permit. So now you're bringing all these people, surging them into one area. This is where the lines have been long throughout the day. The lines now are gone. So that's a good news.
The lines are gone. The lines are gone. Why? Why are the lines gone?
Whether it's the north, the south terminals, or even the main checkpoint, we've been told that the lines now, again, are under 30 minutes, which is fantastic. That's after Sunday when it was more than 5 hours and we saw lines stretch outside the building. When we
Sunday, 5-hour lines, now 30-minute lines.
Arrived here at 6 a.m. this morning, there were thousands of people trying to get to the airport. We talked to several people who we just checked through to try to see how long it would take them. Average wait time was over 2 hours. And right now, the airport GM is actually telling us they believe the numbers are about a 30% call out. And now we've talked to TSA Stewart, who tells us, look, they believe things could get better, but they want to get paid sometime soon.
So y'all hearing that here first. So they have Trump's idea is working. Trump's idea is working, but the liberals don't care. They want ICE out. They want the long lines. They want the news.
ICE out now. Master Donald Trump, go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
This is despite ICE being successful, breaking the gridlock. This is how they're being treated. ICE has broken the gridlock, got the lines moving. Wait times went from 5 hours now down to 30 minutes. Donald Trump, Truth Social. On Monday, ICE will begin going to airports to help our wonderful TSA agents who have stayed on the job despite the fact that they have not been getting paid. The radical left Democrats who are only focused on protecting hardline criminals who have entered our country illegally are engaging the USA by holding back the money that was long ago agreed to, with signed and sealed contracts and all. But watch, no matter how great a job ICE does, remember I just said that, no matter how great a job ICE does, they got wait times down from 5 hours to 30 minutes. Lunatics leading the incompetent Dems will be highly critical of their work. Donald Trump said, no matter how good a job ICE does, lunatics will be highly critical of their work. You think he was talking about this bitch right here? You think Trump was talking about this bitch right here?
Master Donald Trump, go back to your master. Moving, exactly. And Netanyahu, if he's still alive, go back to your master.
I don't know what the fuck. People were asking earlier, what does that have to do with the fire truck and the ICE agents? What the fuck does Putin, what the fuck does Netanyahu have to do with ICE agents in the airport? All of you smart motherfuckers out there, for this liberal idiot, how does Putin being Trump's boss, how does Netanyahu factor into the equation of ICE agents? If by her logic, I guess she's saying Bibi and Putin don't like Americans, does she understand that ICE agents are protecting Americans and getting down wait times, making it safer in airports? So if Bibi and Putin are like you say, then they would not put ICE agents in the airport. You stupid, stupid, stupid. You understand the logic, the illogic of the illogical? The illogic of the illogical? The illogic of the illogical? Come on, man. President Trump asked who came up with ICE at the airports. His answer, mine. Don't you love President Trump? Don't you love? I love my president, man. Donald Trump asked who came up with the idea to put ICE in the airport. Love it.
Whose idea was that? To put ICE in the airport?
We're dealing really.
Whose idea was it?
Mine. That was mine.
Can I ask you?
That was like the paperclip. You know the story of the paperclip? 182 years ago, a man discovered the paperclip. It was so simple. And everybody that looked at it say, why didn't I think of that? ICE was my idea. First person I called was Tom Homan. I said, what do you think? He said, I think it's great. Then I saw today there was some masks on. I didn't think the masks were appropriate. I put out a statement and I asked them, would it be possible to take off the mask? Because they should wear a mask when they're dealing with the murderers and the thugs let into our country.
Whose idea was that? To put ICE in the airport?
We're dealing really.
Whose idea was it?
Mine. That was mine.
The other side. Be a good side. Good side.
And Donald Trump was right. And Donald Trump was right. Here it is right here. Breaking: Chuck Schumer is getting hammered after weeks of blocking TSA pay with agents fed up after brutal shifts. I've been showing that, brother. Here's a massive explosion just hit Iran ammo depot with huge blast and shockwave caught on camera. Fire and fury everywhere. Operation Iran Fury, Operation Epic Fury. Iran better make a deal fast or this is only going to get worse. Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button. Iran better make a deal fast. Oh man. Iran better make a deal quick. Put a one in the chat if you think Iran It's in Iran's best interest to make a deal quick. President Trump reveals active negotiations with Iran are happening. Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner involved as recently as last night. The dynamic duo is on the scene. The dynamic duo is on the scene. Now, I told you, Witkoff and Kushner are the people behind the peace agreement in Gaza with Israel that was signed in Egypt. I told you they're behind the what was that, a 21-point peace plan in Gaza. They had a 28-point peace plan with the Ukraine and Russia. We would have peace in the Ukraine already if it wasn't for our non-existent NATO allies, Europe, Starmer, and Macron stopping the peace process. Ukraine has already fucking lost. Kushner and Witkoff are in the Abu Dhabi trilateral peace talks with Russia to fucking stop the fucking carnage. But fucking remember earlier the idiot in my chat talking about Trump and America being isolationist. Idiots like that is giving way to Starmer and fucking France fucking backing Zelensky in a losing war instead of helping us in Iran. Double tap hit the like button. This is geopolitical at its finest. Geopolitics at its finest. Let's get this and let's react to it.
And he told me that Iran wants to make a deal badly. He said that the talks have been ongoing. I said, how much longer will this conflict go on? He said the talks, I said 5 days to halt or postpone strikes on the electrical infrastructure. It could happen sooner, he said, but I have put down 5 days. I asked him what his reaction is to Iranian state television saying that there are no talks. And he said he's not sure what they are referring to because the most recent talks happened, in fact, last night with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and their counterparts. When I asked about the Iranian TV saying that no talks have happened, he said it's hard to get any information there because of the U.S. is blowing up so much of their infrastructure. So again, he told me that Iran wants to.
So you can't even get information because the U.S. So everybody wants you to believe that the U.S. is losing the war. That's how bad they want Trump to not do well as president. Isn't it sick that people are anti-American? And the truth is that we were always going to Iran because Iran, just like with the attack on Diego, has shown that they have capabilities and designs on attacking not only America, but American allies in Israel and Europe. Here it is, Trump saying to the American people that a deal is on the table. Do not listen to the liberal propaganda. Iran is getting their ass kicked just like Ukraine has gotten their fucking ass kicked.
And he told me that Iran wants to make a deal badly. He said that the talks have been ongoing. I said, how much longer will this conflict go on? He said the talks, I said 5 days to halt or postpone strikes on the electrical infrastructure. It could happen sooner, he said, but I have put down 5 days. I asked him what his reaction is to Iranian state television saying that there are no talks. And he said he's not sure what they are referring to because the most recent talks happened, in fact, last night with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and their counterparts. When I asked about the Iranian TV saying that no talks have happened, he said it's hard to get any information there because of the U.S. is blowing up so much of their infrastructure. So again, he told me that Iran wants to make a deal badly. He said that the talks have been ongoing. I said, how much longer will this conflict go on? He said the talks, I said 5 days to halt or postpone strikes on the electrical infrastructure. It could happen sooner, he said, but I have put down 5 days. I asked him what his reaction is to Iranian state television saying that there are no talks. And he said he's not sure what they are referring to because the most recent talks happened, in fact, last night with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and their counterparts. When I asked about the Iranian TV saying that no talks have happened, he said it's hard to get any information there because of the U.S. is blowing up so much of their infrastructure. So again, he told me that Iran wants to make a deal badly. He said that the talks have been ongoing. I said,
Iran wants to make a deal badly. Ain't that different than what you've been hearing from the liberals? You gotta watch me, man. You gotta watch me. Just then, President Trump orders ICE agents to remove masks while assisting TSA at airports during Democratic shutdown. He made it clear masks are for dealing with hardened criminals, not with helping the American people and the patriots. I am a big proponent of ICE. It says, I am a big proponent of ICE wearing masks as they search for and are forced to deal with hardened criminals, many of whom were let in our country by sleepy Joe Biden and his wonderful border czar, Kamala Harris. Kamala, she never even went to the border. She never even went to the border. He's the fucking best, man. Oh, man. Though they're absolutely insane open border policy, I would greatly appreciate, however, no masks when helping our country out of the Democratic cause mess in the airports, etc. Thank you, your President Donald J. Trump. That's how much he loved the people, man. No mask while in the airport. If you guys notice all the video I've showed you today of ICE agents in the airport, they have not been wearing masks. That is per the request of President Trump. And despite the fact that the Supreme Court has given them permission to wear masks, that's how much they love us. Double tap at the like button. More information from the ICE agents in the airports. Trump has deployed ICE to the airports to help with long lines. I have shown reports that since ICE agents have been deployed, lines have gone down from 5.5 hours to 30 minutes. Double tap at the like button.
A little bit about how long you've been waiting in line and what you think about all of this.
We have been in line since 5:30 this morning. We drove up to Atlanta from South Georgia. We left about 3 o'clock this morning. Congress needs to get to work, get it done. The American people don't deserve this. TSA needs to get paid. This is ridiculous.
And, you know, of course, this is all happening because, as you just mentioned, TSA workers, they're getting $0 paychecks right now. And that's part of the reason why that ICE agents are now here helping them out, trying to make these lines shorter. What do you think about that?
I'm glad to see them here.
Glad to see it.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much. We hope you make your flight. A little bit about how long you've been waiting in line and what you think about all of this.
Said, I'm glad to see him here. I'm glad to see him. That's right, sister. She said, I'm glad to see him here. We glad to see him here too. We glad to see him here too. So earlier we've been bouncing around. Let's go back to the crash at LaGuardia. Let's go back to the crash at LaGuardia. I think it's all intertwined. We're talking about ICE agents at airports. We're talking about 2 airports in New York being shut down. We're talking about waiting lines being assisted so the lines are not as bad as they were. And we have a deadly collision, breaking news, deadly collision between Air Canada and a fire truck at LaGuardia. We have smoke in the air traffic control, air ATC tower, leading to an airport shutdown. I know the audience loves videos like this, so let's get some detailed background understanding about the deadly incident that occurred at LaGuardia. Double tap at the like button. Breaking news, deadly collision between Air Canada Express Lane and fire truck at LaGuardia. Double tap at the like button.
Who's the vehicle needs to cross the runway? Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta. Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop. Truck 1, stop.
Stop.
Stop, Truck 1. Stop. Stop, Truck 1. Stop. Delta 2603, go around. Runway heading 2000. Jet 646. Jet 646, I see you collide with a vehicle here. Just hold position. I know you can't move. Vehicles are responding to you now.
Is the runway closed?
Del 2603, go around, runway heading 2000.
Heading 2000, go around, Del 2603.
LaGuardia Tower.
Truck 32, runway 4 is closed, correct?
Yes, go on to runway 4 now. Proceed on runway 4, you have access.
Tower, Carnage, to reiterate, LaGuardia Airport is closed.
Remember I said that earlier? He said that term is closed, right? He said, yeah, it's closed. Remember I said that?
This time, no aircraft in or out.
Okay. All right, there's an incident on the field. We're closed right now. Just stand by. Frontier 4195, I got the word that we're going to be closed for a little while.
Airport closed.
If you want prepared to return to the ramp, let me know.
Yeah, we got stuff in progress for that, man. That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my staff, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier, and I messed up.
No, man.
I was dealing with an emergency earlier. Remember I told the guy in the chat that these TSA lines shortages have affected the entire airport rhythm. Did you hear what he said? I just think Democrats don't like America. And Democrats are causing this violence, and it's fucking sick and sad.
Progress for that, man. That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my staff, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier, and I messed up.
Y'all hear that? They are dealing with emergencies left and right in the airport. People say, oh, air traffic controllers are getting paid. Air traffic controllers are getting paid. No, they are dealing with shit. The airport is fucked up. The airport is fucked up. And I knew it, you guys. Now I predict MAGA knows the climate. I knew it, and I predicted it earlier, and now I present to you the receipts. Remember earlier I was debating with an asshole in the chat. An asshole in the chat said air traffic controllers are paid, and it has nothing to do with it. I said, fuck that. I said, this TSA shit is fucking up the whole airport circadian rhythm, the whole ecosystem of the airport. Everything is fucked off. And that guy thought that that tarmac was closed. I was vindicated in that, and I've been vindicated in the fact that this fucking long line has been causing bullshit in the airport all fucking day. It all played a factor in this fucking crash. Woo!
Who's the vehicle needed to cross the runway?
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop. Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop.
I don't know what happened. Maybe shit. Maybe the radio went out because they were just communicating, and that happens sometimes on cell phones. I mean, we're at an airport, you guys, and I don't even know how it works in the airport anyway. It's a great technological marvel, right? That this even works every day. But they were talking to each other, and they lost each other. And he tried to tell him to stop. Fucking sad, bro.
Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop. Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Stop, Truck 1, stop. Del 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. Just 6.
So let's look at it again. Now that we hear that, because earlier somebody was saying perfect. They told him to stop. They told the fire truck to stop. Remember my chat, W chat. My chat said perfect. They told the fire truck to stop, and the fire truck didn't stop. Let's look at it again. Now listening to what we just heard. Stop, Truck 1. Stop. Let me do it slow motion because it happens real fast. Let me do it in slow motion. Now, remember what we just played. He said, do I have permission to go on 4? He said, yes, you have permission to go on 4. There's the truck right there. Stop right there, Truck 1. 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 Oh, no. And it doesn't stop. Let's play it again. Y'all see that? We're watching it together. Stop right there, truck one. We just listened. Hi, do I have permission? He's talking to the air traffic controller. Do I have permission to go on lane 4? Is it closed? Yes, it's closed. Do you have permission? Yes. Stop right there, truck one. Stop right there, truck one. Truck one, stop right there. Nothing comes back. And he hits the truck. Let's listen again. So now we just saw a visual. Now we just saw a visual, right? We just saw a visual. Now let's put this back with it. Let's put this back with that visual you just saw. This is breaking news. No one else breaking down this deadly crash. Stop right there, truck one. Stop right there, truck one. Listen.
Who's the vehicle needed to cross the runway?
Truck 1 and company with LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company crossing 4 at Delta.
He asked for permission to cross the runway. Who needs permission to cross the runway? Truck 1 wants to cross 4. 4 is supposed to be closed. Now, remember what I said earlier. Nothing is working the way it should be because people are calling in. Flights are being canceled. Flights are being rerouted. So we're using lanes that we normally wouldn't use and should be closed because of the Democratic fucking shutdown. Can I go across lane 4? Yes, you can go across lane 4. Who wants to go across lane 4? Truck 1.
Company with LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company crossing 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop.
Y'all hear it? Stop, truck 1, stop. But truck 1 initially asked for permission to cross the runway. I need permission to cross the runway. Truck 1 was granted permission to cross the runway. Hi, I need permission to cross the runway. Who needs permission to cross? Truck 1? Truck 1. Truck 1, you're good to go across runway 4. Stop right there, truck 1. There's truck 1. Stop right there, truck 1. Stop. Shit. Y'all see that shit? God bless them. God rest their soul. Slow motion. Slow motion. Stop right there, truck 1. You have permission to go across lane 4. Stop right there, truck 1. Stop right there, truck 1. Truck 1. Truck 1, stop. Truck 1, stop. It didn't hear. Let's go back. Let's go back. Y'all see how we doing it? Y'all see how we doing it? This is what you call news. This is what you call news. This is what you call news.
We need to cross the runway.
Truck 1 and company with LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Who needs to cross the runway? Truck 1 at LaGuardia requesting to cross 4, following complete protocol. This guy is on top of his shit. Who needs to cross runway? This is truck 1. Truck 1 needing to cross runway 4.
Who's the vehicle needed to cross the runway?
Truck 1 and company with LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company crossing 4 at Delta.
He had permission, and then he went ahead to cross. Do I have it? Because he can't see, I guess. So he needs the air traffic controller to see what he can't see. So he gets permission from the ATC, from the tower. Hey, tower, this is protocol. I need to cross a runway. Do I have permission to cross the runway? ATC is supposed to be looking out for the fire truck. Yes, you have permission to cross the runway. And then he confirms going across. He confirms I'm going to cross now.
Company with LaGuardia Tower requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company crossing 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 is crossed, and then the truck comes back and says, truck 1 crossing 4 at Delta. Do you guys understand what happened? He asked for permission. He was granted permission. Then they said, go ahead and do it. He confirmed, I'm going to cross now. He confirmed, I'm going to cross now. He said, I need to cross 4. This is truck 1. ATC said, okay, you can cross. Truck 1 came back and said, crossing, and they both acknowledged, go ahead and cross. He said, I'm crossing.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please.
Now, after he granted him the cross and he said, I'm going to cross, then ATC says, stop there.
Stop, truck one, stop. Stop, truck one, stop. Stop, truck one, stop.
So let's look at it again. Let's understand it when we look at it again. What are we seeing? We are seeing the fire truck ask for permission to call. We're going to slow it down because it happens real fast. We're going to do it in slow motion. We're seeing the fire truck ask for permission to cross a runway. The permission is granted to the fire truck. Can I cross runway? He says yes. Then the fire truck relays back, crossing runway now. Then ATC says, stop, truck one, stop, truck one, stop right there, stop. He had already committed to crossing. He had already committed. He had received permission. And he has said, I am beginning the movement. I have received permission. I am beginning the cross. Crossing now. Remember, he said, crossing now. After he said, I am crossing now, that's when ATC says, stop. It's very sad. Very sad.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please.
He's Frontier 41 crossing 4 at Delta. Do I have permission to cross? Go ahead and cross. He relays back, I am crossing.
Runway.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company is cross. That means yes, go ahead and cross. He relays back and says, bet, I am crossing. Y'all hear it? He said, Truck 4 and Company, yes, cross.
Runway.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at
Then he relays back after getting permission. He relays back. They're doing proper protocol. They got their shit down. Do I have permission? Yes, you have permission. He relays back, crossing 4 at Delta. Once I got permission to cross, I don't just drive. I then relay back to the tower. Tower, I am now crossing tower, so tower can watch me.
Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please.
Stop there, and that's where we see the collision.
Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Delta 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. Jet 646. Jet 646, I see you collide with a vehicle there, just hold position. I know you can't move. The vehicles are responding to you now.
Is the runway closed?
Delta 2603, go around, runway heading 2000.
Heading 2000, go around, Delta 2603.
LaGuardia Tower.
Truck 2, runway 4 is closed, correct?
Yes, go on to runway 4 now. Proceed on runway 4, you have access.
Tower, Carnage, to reiterate, LaGuardia Airport is closed at this time. No aircraft in or out.
Okay. All right, there's an incident on the field. We're closed right now. Just stand by. Frontier 4195, I got the word that we're going to be closed for a little while. If you want to prepare to return to the ramp, let me know.
Yeah, we got stuff in progress for that, man. That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my staff, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier, and I messed up.
No, man, you did the best you could.
I was informed that the airport field's going to be closed for a while.
Okay, understood, thanks.
Sorry, it's going to be closed all night. Never mind. So plan on returning. If you can sort that out with your ramp.
Understood, sir. Thank you. God bless you, man.
God bless you, brother. Thank you for your service. God bless you, brother. Thank you for your service. Gotta be a hard job, man. Gotta be a hell of a fucking job. Gotta be a hard job, man. Gotta be a hard job, man. Thank you for your service, man. Thank you for your service.
Who's the vehicle?
Thank you for your service, man. Fuck.
Cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please.
Shit, brothers and sisters. Shit. Can y'all believe it, man? Can y'all believe it, man? Fuck, man. God bless that pilot. An illegal alien was caught at the border but was released, not deported by Biden admin. The illegal ended up in a major American city where he later take a life of 18-year-old Sheridan Gorman. How many times will this story be repeated? Shout out to the Angel families. Shout out to Trump. Let's get my brother from another mother, Scott Jennings, talking to us about the cost of immigration.
Have you heard about the tragic situation in Chicago this weekend? A young woman out with friends just after 1 o'clock in the morning near the water on a cool Chicago night. Sheridan Gorman had heard you might be able to see the northern lights at that hour. So she and her friends walked down to the pier near Loyola University, where she was a freshman, to look up for something beautiful. Miss Gorman was a young woman who her family says made people seen, safe, and loved. It was a life that was just beginning. And then out of the darkness, a man approached. Police say he opened fire into the group. Miss Gorman turned to run, but she did not make it. Shot in the head, pronounced dead right there on the scene, just steps from her campus. Authorities now say she was likely not even the target, but she was there living her life, a life that was taken by a Venezuelan national, an illegal immigrant who should not have been in our country at all. Jose Medina is his name, caught at the border in 2023 and released into our country by the Biden administration. He winds up in Chicago and was later arrested for shoplifting. He did not show up in court, of course. He remained free to roam our streets thanks to Democratic politicians who want to invite and keep as many violent illegal aliens into our country as possible. Yep. One deliberate policy decision after another designed to keep a criminal alien here and put Miss Gorman and all of you in grave danger.
Amen.
One encounter, one decision after another, until finally a young woman looking up at the sky never looked up again. And what is left? A shattered family, an empty chair in a classroom, and a voice that no one will ever hear on this earth again. Tragic. We don't have to live this way, folks. We do not have to live this way.
That's my brother Scott from another mother. That's my brother Scott from another mother. Support the Angel families. I just put that in the chat. Thank you to Trump. What was the name of the law? What's the Angel families and what's the, oh man, God rest that family. What's the name of the law? It's named after that young lady who lost her life. Very sad, man. Very sad. Thank you to ICE agents for everything you're doing. Shout out to my brother Scott. What else you got, Scott? What else?
Have you heard about the tragic situation in Chicago?
What else you got, Scott?
This weekend, a young woman out with friends just after 1 o'clock in the morning.
That was this weekend. So this happened so much that you think this is not the same one. This is a brand new story. March 20th, over the weekend, we have another Angel family victim. What's the other young lady's name? Democrats inflict airport pain on America. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. That's what the Democrats do. This is my brother Scott from another mother. Scott, my brother from another mother.
I do think the Democrats are risking a lot of blowback, but I've been in and out of a lot of airports. It's been hit and miss. Some long lines and some have been okay. But that's the thing. You don't really know what you're going to get when you show up right now.
I think that a lot of people are talking about the fact that we're at war. And I just kind of echo a lot of Scott's sentiments, except kind of the last point. When you have Republicans who run every single facet of government from the White House and the branches of power in D.C., the question is, what else do you need in order to make government work? I do wish, however,
7 votes.
I wish that, well, I mean, you got to go get them, right? And we're just talking about very simple ideals.
I do think the Democrats are risking a lot of blowback, but I've been in and out of a lot of airports.
I agree. 2026, we in the mix. I don't know what the Democrats think is going to happen. Oh, man, I almost forgot about this part of the story when motherfuckers was saying that Iran is not a threat. Iran is not a threat. Iran is not a threat. February 2026, we are now developing long-range missiles. We have limited the range below 2,000 kilometers. Iran's FM. March 2026, Iran files missiles at Diego Garcia, ranging 4,000 kilometers. But they said Iran is not an imminent threat. Iran is not an imminent threat. That's what they said, right? Iran is not an imminent threat. That's what they said, right? And I had some more on that, but shutdown, chaos. Iran is not an imminent threat. That's what they said. Iranian analyst Nazir told we have entered a new phase after this war. Iran will be recognized as a global superpower. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Iran. Let me see. Diego. Let me see if I can get Diego. Go, Diego, go. Go, Diego, go. And how did that song go? Este bastante. Go, Diego. You know, I was pissed off that they didn't make the Diego movie. They did the Dora Explorer movie, but they didn't do the Diego movie. I grew up, I bought my son Diego. Diego came out first, and Dora the Explorer was like a spinoff. You know, I was fucking with Go, Diego, go. And then Diego, like, didn't even appear in the films with this female bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This female heroine bullshit. They just fucked off Diego. I thought that was bullshit. Let's see if I can get breaking. Iran may have used 4 missiles in an attempt to strike on Diego nearly 4,000 kilometers away. If confirmed, Tehran just proved it can reach far beyond the Middle East. So I guess Iran was an imminent threat to all the dum-dums and the bozos out there. Speaking of dum-dums and bozos, shout out to my brother KNC in Red. Entered the chat. What's up with your man? KNC in Red entered the chat. Double tap hit the like button. Let's see some cash apps. Let's see some memberships. Let's see some participate. I want to see some asses shaking. I want to see some action. With Morris Day say, I want to see some asses wiggling. I want to see some action. Double tap hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe. The motherfucking Perfect Timing Podcast. Back with the blast. In and out with a dash. Iran has the capabilities to hit Europe. We said give us the dome. This is what I told your bitch. Give me the dome. Give me the dome. We told you we needed the dome. They didn't want to give us the dome. Now, what you gonna do, Europe? What you gonna do when the 4,000 kilometer missile is aimed at you, Europe? Yeah, NATO motherfuckers. Let's go. Don't worry because Sleepy Joe Biden said they wasn't doing this. Don't worry because Barack Obama said they wasn't doing this. Don't worry because Sleepy Joe Biden said they couldn't do this. Don't worry because Sleepy Joe Biden gave them $600 billion. Don't worry, Sleepy Joe Biden said they wasn't enriching uranium. Don't worry, 4,000 kilometers from Iran. That means they can touch the European countries, right? Breaking news, according to current reports, the Iran drone carrier Iris Shahed has been hit by U.S. armed forces and is currently sinking in the Persian Gulf. Bye-bye. We make you go. Bye-bye. Sinking in the Persian Gulf. We make you go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See, you don't see this, though, because CNN, I would imagine if you CNN and you're in Tehran, you're going to show what they want you to show. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to get your ass head shut off. Iran launches missiles at Diego Garcia, 4,000 miles away.
Pero bueno, es lo que están diciendo los medios. Vale, yo por mi parte, chicos, no voy a dar más información porque no hay más información. Dicen, te refieres al portaaviones que tuvo que entrar en en reparación, ¿verdad?
I don't know why you so concerned. Everybody is on their side. Iran has reportedly targeted Diego Garcia in its longest range strike attempt yet amid rogue U.S.-Israeli regimes' illegal war on country, raising fears that its missiles could also reach Western Europe, including Ramstein Air Base.
Iran is being accused of attempting to carry out its longest range missile attack to date, targeting Diego Garcia, a joint US-UK military base in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Iran has denied responsibility, and it's still unclear where the strikes originated. The island is located about 4,000 kilometers from Iran. The UK says the attack was unsuccessful, but it's raising questions of how far Iran's missiles can reach. If Iran is trying to strike targets so far away, could it also have the capability to hit sites as far away as Western Europe and beyond? The US has several military assets that could fall within that potential range, including arguably the most crucial, the Ramstein Air Base in Germany, a key NATO installation. Iran has several weapons within its arsenal with a longer range. That includes the Khorramshahr and Sigil ballistic missiles, along with the Sumar cruise missile with an estimated range of between 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers. Destroying Iran's ballistic missile capabilities is a shared goal between the US and Israel. But it's difficult to determine how much of its capacity has been degraded since the war began.
Breaking news, breaking news. Iran attempts to hit U.S. base in the Indian Ocean. She left that part out. Iran, both missiles, one of them was hit and one of them fell out the sky, sputtered out the sky. Double tap at the like button. So Iran attempts to hit U.S. base in the Indian Ocean. What's important about it is neither one of the missiles hit, but they lied about their capabilities. W chat, because my chat brought up the fact that Hillary Clinton allowed them to enrich uranium and paid them money. The other day we talked about the $600 billion that was given to Iran. The Obama-Biden policy was basically to pay off the Iranians, pay them to not enrich oil. That was the Obama-Biden policy. They basically took their money and invested it into what we see today. All of the missiles. Can we just say America paid for this shit? How stupid are the fucking Democrats? They basically took the money that you gave them and then created all of the weapons to kill you with. Can you guys believe that's what the fuck happened? Biden, Hillary, Obama gave them billions upon billions. Next thing you know, here I am, the black guy with the tight eyes. Now the black guy has to come to you and tell you about Hezbollah getting $700 million annually. The Houthis getting $300 million. Hamas getting $300 million. The Houthis getting drones and missile targeting to conquer the Red Sea. Hamas having 100,000 missiles. No, I'm sorry. Hezbollah having over 130,000 missiles. It's almost comical, but the number really is 130,000. How can people say that Israel is not an imminent threat when they have a stockpile of over 100,000 fucking missiles? I would love the term. If you don't call that a threat, what the fuck do you call that? You know, in America, we always say that. That's what people say on the schoolyard playground. If that is not a motherfucking threat, what the fuck do you call it?
Iran is being accused of attempting to carry out its longest range missile attack to date, targeting Diego Garcia, a joint US-UK military base in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Iran has denied responsibility, and it's still unclear where the strikes originated. The island is located about 4,000 kilometers from Iran. The UK says the attack was unsuccessful, but it's raising questions of how far Iran's missiles can reach. If Iran is trying to strike targets so far away, could it also have the capability to hit sites as far away as Western Europe and beyond? The US has several military assets that could fall within that potential range, including arguably the most crucial, the Ramstein Air Base in Germany, a key NATO installation. Iran has several weapons within its arsenal with a longer range. That includes the Khorramshahr and Sigil ballistic missiles, along with the Sumar cruise missile with an estimated range of between 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers. Destroying Iran's ballistic missile capabilities is a shared goal between the US and Israel. But it's difficult to determine how much of its capacity has been degraded since the war began.
Breaking news, Perfect Timing Podcast, back with the blast, in and out with a dash, coming in so hot and fast. So you didn't realize until it was a blast. Double tap, hit the like button, man. Israel was and is a motherfucking threat. Iran threatens to attack Diego Garcia base. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody's saying Diego Garcia is within reach of Iranian missiles, and the message has reached the depths of American psyche, right? Double tap, hit the like button. Final verdict, Pete Hegseth announces the Iranian Navy rests at the bottom of the Gulf after sinking the Iris Dina with torpedoes. The U.S. declares the end of the Iranian fleet. The end of the Iranian fleet. Did you guys hear that? The end of the Iranian fleet. Pete Hegseth, the Department of War, has declared the end of the Iranian fleet. You're hearing it here first. Breaking news. I don't know what you're going to hear on CNN because they in Tehran. They state-sponsored media, but not the American state. Pete Hegseth, we said we are done. We didn't wiped out the entire Navy. Look at that rainbow. Look at America great again. Look at that rainbow. Look at America great again. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. America kicking ass, taking names, man. America kicking ass, taking names. Look at Tehran. Look at the strike. They said it wasn't. They said Iran is not a threat. Iran is not a threat. 100,000 missiles to Hezbollah, billions of dollars to Iranian proxies, and now uncovered lies. They said they were not developing long-range missiles. They said they weren't enriching uranium, and they said they not wanted a nuclear bomb. How many times do we believe the lies of this Islamic regime, this Islamic terrorist regime? Double tap hit the like button. Iran has long-range missile capabilities and attempts to attack a U.S. base in the Indian Ocean 4,000 kilometers away when they swore they only had capability of 2,000.
Balistik jarak menengah Iran dilaporkan menembus pangkalan utama Amerika Serikat di Diego Garcia. Sebagai respons, kapal perang Amerika Serikat menembakkan rudal pencegahan.
So keep in mind, when we see this, neither one of the missiles actually made it to the base. One of the missiles was shot down, the other missile sputtered and crashed into the ocean. But this did let us know that they have lied. They continue to lie after they left Biden and Kamala in Vienna at the JPOCA. They failed to do a nuclear deal. They continue to enrich uranium. Biden gave them $600 billion. My chat just said Hillary Clinton gave them money. Obama gave them money. And what did they do with the money? Create ballistic missiles with the ability to reach our European partners. Wake up, America. This is a video AI image of the strikes on Diego. I just want to let everybody know that this is AI. The missiles did not reach the base. Again, this is an AI image. The missiles did not reach the base. Again, this is an AI image. The missiles did not reach the base. That was an AI image. The missiles did not reach the base, but America still has learned a lesson. Double tap, hit the like button. Pete Hegseth, baby, Department of War.
Good morning.
Iran update.
I'll start, as we often do here at the Department of War, with the bottom line up front. For the world to hear and the press to actually admit that the United States is decimating the radical Iranian regime's military in a way the world has never seen before. Never before has a modern, capable military, which Iran used to have, been so quickly destroyed and made combat ineffective, devastated. We said it would not be a fair fight, and it has not been. As I stated during our first press conference on day 2, that was 10 short days ago, The combination of the world's two most powerful air forces is unprecedented and unbeatable. Between our Air Force and that of the Israelis, over 15,000 enemy targets have been struck. That's well over 1,000 a day. No other combination of countries in the world can do that. So today, as we speak, we fly over the top of Iran and Tehran. Fighters and bombers all day picking targets as they choose. As our intelligence gets better and better and more refined. Looking up, the IRGC and Iranian regime sees only two things on the side of aircraft: the stars and stripes and the Star of David. The evil regime's worst nightmare. Iran has no air defenses. Iran has no air force. Iran has no navy. Their missiles, their missile launchers and drones being destroyed or shot out of the sky. Their missile volume is down 90%.
Amen.
Their one-way attack drones yesterday, down 95%. And as the world is seeing, they are exercising sheer desperation in the Straits of Hormuz. Something we're dealing with, we have been dealing with it, and don't need to worry about it. We're on plan to defeat, destroy, disable all of their meaningful military capabilities at a pace the world has never seen before.
Information. Truth is freedom.
Pete Hegseth, Pete Heggie baby, with an Iran update. We are decimating Iran. Iran targeted Garcia base with ballistic missiles. People said Iran was not a threat. We now have proof they have played their hand. Iran always had the capability, and Iran have been developing missile technology. Double tap, hit the like button. Breaking news: Iran have been developing missile technology to strike America and its allies. Iran shows how it would attack a U.S. base. Iranian media have released an AI-generated video simulating a missile attack against U.S. base on Diego Garcia Island under British control, the largest in the Indian Ocean. Double tap, hit the like button. Double tap, hit the like button. AI image. Can we say thank you, Hillary Clinton? Thank you, Biden. Thank you, Obama, for not getting peace in the Middle East and basically giving them money, causing all this shit. So this is what they doing with their time. They creating cartoons and shit. America blowing their ass up. Thank you for showing us what you're able to do. Impressive video of the moment the U.S. sinks the Iris Dina. This is when Pete Hegseth said there's no more Iranian Navy. This is a declassified video of us sinking the Iranian Navy. This was a submarine. Woo, shit. But they want to say America's not winning the war. They say America's not winning the war. Iran update. Iran update. They say America's not winning the war. So Iran turns out to be having missile capabilities, and it turns out Iran was an imminent threat. Wouldn't you know it? Iran was an imminent threat. How about that? Earlier we were talking about Brexit as we get into Iran and the Islamic overrunning of the Western Hemisphere, let me give you more of this Brexit.
You have a poorer nation, but what's even worse about uncontrolled immigration is you leave a country cultureless, and we are seeing the erosion of Britain as a sovereign culture. We are seeing the erosion of our values, and you actually travel to parts of the constituency where the Greens have just won, and congratulations, we are in a democracy, and congratulations on the election. But what was very clear to me was there were some places that you weren't welcome to go when you were there. And I think that's a very sad stain on what happens when you have uncontrolled, unmanaged and unintegrated immigration, which a Green government would deliver tenfold.
Firstly, reduce economic output.
Well, it generally does.
Which evidence says that? Actually, immigration tends to increase GDP.
Common sense, probably.
Common sense, but that's not the same as evidence.
When you have lots of people enter a country without controlled borders, which we currently do, but I think under a Green government it would be far worse. You know, where does the extra school capacity come from? Where do the extra hospitals come from? They come from the reliance on the state being able to build them. But how can the state build them if all of the wealth leaves the country and leaves the exchequer without any income? So straight away you have a poorer nation. But what's even worse about uncontrolled immigration is you leave a country cultureless, and we are seeing the erosion of Britain as a sovereign.
Y'all hear that? An erosion. For people saying we don't have no reason to fight. President Trump just dropped a line on Iran during negotiations. If it goes well, we'll settle. Otherwise, we'll keep bombing their little hearts out. Double tap at the like button. President Trump on Iran negotiations.
Very, very soon meet. We're doing a 5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out. Very, very soon meet. We're doing a 5-day period. We'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we're going to end up with settling this. Otherwise, we'll just keep bombing our little hearts out.
Keep bombing our little hearts out. Keep bombing our little hearts out. Diego, Iran conflict, Iran update. Perfect Time podcast back with the blast, kicking much ass.
Iran has in terms of what they fired. But Israel says these were intercontinental ballistic missiles that could hit Berlin, Paris, and Rome. Does NATO share that Israeli assessment?
We cannot confirm that at the moment, so we're looking into that. But if this would be true, it is the more evidence that what the president is doing here, taking out the ballistic missile capability, taking out the nuclear capability from Iran, is crucial. And exactly as the ambassador just said, Ambassador Waltz, we have seen with North Korea, if we negotiate for too long, you might pass the moment where you can still get this thing done. And North Korea now has the nuclear capability. If Iran would have the nuclear capability, including together with the missile capability, it would be a direct threat, an existential threat to Israel, to the region, to Europe, to the stability in the world. So the president doing this is crucial. And I've seen the polling, but I really hope the American people will be with him, because he is doing this to make the whole world safer.
So, but just to be clear, at this hour, do you believe that Iran could bomb Berlin, Paris, and Rome? Are they all within direct threat range?
What we know for sure is that they are very close to having that capability. Whether this case with the UK base, Diego Garcia, we are still assessing. But if it is true, it means they already have that capability. If it is not true, we know they are very close to having that capability. And that is exactly why I feel in Europe that most politicians, it resonates with them what the president is doing here, which is taking out, degrading Iran's capability to be, again, an exporter of chaos, share chaos to the region, to the world.
We did see that Iran fired 2 missiles at Diego Garcia. That's that.
Yeah, this is the guy in Davos who said there is no NATO without America. And he again is saying we need to support America. And America and Trump was correct. Did you hear what he's saying? He's basically saying Trump was right. I was right. I was right. Trump was right for invading Iran. Y'all heard it first. Breaking news. Trump was right for invading Iran.
Island in the Indian Ocean, which houses a U.S.-UK joint base. That was 4,000 kilometers from Iranian territory, furthest Iran has ever gone. You just heard Ambassador Waltz say there might be a difference there in how Israel and the U.S. assess that capability Iran has in terms of what they've fired. But Israel says these were intercontinental ballistic missiles that could hit Berlin, Paris, and Rome. Does NATO share that Israeli assessment?
We cannot confirm that at the moment, so we're looking into that. But if this would be true, it is the more evidence that what the president is doing here, taking out the ballistic missile capability, taking out the nuclear capability from Iran, is crucial. And exactly as the ambassador just said, Ambassador Waltz, we have seen with North Korea, if we negotiate for too long, you might pass the moment where you can still get this thing done. And North Korea now has the nuclear capability. If Iran would have the nuclear capability, including together with the missile capability, it will be a direct threat, an existential threat to Israel, to the region, to Europe, to the stability in the world. So the president doing this is crucial. And I've seen the polling.
The president doing this is crucial. Donald Trump is right.
But I really hope the American people will be with him because he is.
I hope the American people will be with him because he is right. He's making the work. Y'all hear this?
Doing this to make the whole world safer.
So, but just to be clear, at this hour, do you believe that Iran could bomb Berlin, Paris, and Rome? Are they all within direct threat range?
What we know for sure is that they are very close to having that capability. Whether this case with the UK base, Diego Garcia, we are still assessing. But if it is true, it means they already have that capability. If it is not true, we know they are very close to having that capability.
It means they already have it, you guys. They already have it.
And that is exactly why I feel in Europe that most politicians, it resonates with them what the president is doing here, which is taking out, degrading Iran's capability to be, again, an exporter of chaos, share chaos to the region.
Donald Trump does it again. 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 Man, great show today. Great show today. Very happy and excited with the program. Mega MAGA Monday is always fun. Love hanging out with you guys on our Mega MAGA Mondays. As the last bit of the show, anybody got anything to say? Everybody here right now, do me a big favor. We got 60 people left in the room. If you haven't, hit the like button. And if you have, fuck it. Try to hit the like button again. Fuck it. Try to do it again. Everybody here right now, hit the like button. It's free. Do me a big favor. If you haven't subscribed, everybody here right now, all 60 people, hit the subscribe. It's also free. It's also free. Everybody here, all 63 people, go ahead and hit the subscribe. It's free. It won't cost you nothing. If you like me, hit the notification bell when you subscribe. Hit the like button if you enjoyed today's podcast. Go ahead and hit the plus sign. Become a member. Less than 10 cents a day, less than $5 a month. You can become a member and support the channel. I want to say thank you to all my members. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to MAGA. Thank you to all my Americans. God bless everyone. And thank you, Ralph. Love you too, man. Love you too, man. I swear to God, that means a lot, brother. You know, if you notice my chat, I don't get a lot of attaboys. I don't get a lot of pats on the back. I get a lot of hate. Every day I got to psych myself up. I pray. I work out. I believe in God. And I just believe that I have a dream. So I go live. But it's difficult, brother. Ralph said he'll be back. I thank you, Ralph. Hit the share. Hit the subscribe. Hit the like button. If you're so inclined, hit the plus sign, become a member. I have a special. You can become a member of my channel for as low as $5 a month. That's 10 cents a day. 10 cents a day to support the channel. Maybe you can't do a $1.99 super chat. $2 is the least amount of the super chat. But anybody could do 10 cents a day. So when you subscribe, hit the plus sign, become a member, and you can be a member of the channel. I got some special emojis. I mean, your name gets lit up in the chat, because sometimes the chat room, if you was here today, the chat room go crazy. Thousands of chats all at once. So if you want people to see what you have to say, you can become a member and your name gets lit up in the chat. Your voice is elevated. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for watching. I love you. 47, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the like button. Support the channel. Hit the subscribe, become a member. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. We do this, Ralph, we do this every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, whatever time that is for you. But if you hit the notification bell, you won't miss. If you hit the notification bell, you won't miss the live stream. But it's a Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. politically charged conversation, MAGA based, go Max, Republican, conservative. I come from a Southern Baptist conservative background. That's why I'm Republican. That's why I'm conservative. I come from a Southern Baptist upbringing. Southern Baptist conservative, you know, skirt past your knees, church, Sunday school, prayer, you know, grandmother, tithes, taxes, Southern Baptist, Christian, conservative, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. God bless America. God bless Trump. God bless the memory of Charlie Kirk. I love you. God bless everybody in the chat. See you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm out. Great show.